Ambition is critical.
Just go straight in, I guess.
Yeah, no worries, boys.
Right, JaImie have just turned up with probably the best present, 100% the best present Paddy's had
well,
since
fucking
he
right.
yeah.
Well, this is better than when I had the Millennium Falcon when I was 3. Fucking outstanding. JaImie have strolled in with a bottle of a carrier bag full of fucking ice cold buns for Ryan and a Peppino's mixed kebab for myself. I'll have one of them buns as well, why not?
I got to call him out on it. I did just see Jamie Day from Penlan in the kebab shop.
Right,
He seemed very surprised when he saw me.
Yeah.
He was in his Penlan kit, just been training for it.
Nice.
And obviously I busted in the kebab shop 2 days before the Senior Cup final down in the Liberty
Bones
Stadium.
is listening.
I told him I won't tell Kevin Crabb on.
You can't go training with Crabby and play football and strolling down
no chance.
I've never seen bottles like this.
Ain't the ice cold as well, ain't the fucking ball?
Yeah, good
Well,
stuff.
he's out his spot, is he?
£10, 10 of them for 10, I think. These sort of style they do them in America and stuff.
Yes, fucking hell. They've been back in Volcano Bay.
Yeah,
Stroll
so
on
not too bad.
I wasn't even going to drink. This is episode 32 of the Ambition is Critical podcast with me and Paddy and the head honcho of the Swansea. You're not really the head honcho, are you? JaImie Elias, anyway, in the house.
That's not so much head on. Well, like I said, I do, I'm the secretary, so obviously everything comes through me. But it's not like, I don't look at it like obviously chairman runs the meetings. Obviously, I run the league officially, but obviously I want to be here today, try and educate people a bit about what actually the Swansea Senior League
I know. Educate the Swansea League. Because
apparently I am in charge of everything that goes wrong in this city.
That's what I thought. You're trying to educate the fucking uneducatable.
JaImie Elias got blamed for the fucking title of good luck.
I did. I've seen some tweets recently giving me shit. I think one of them was something like so obviously I fine people for stuff, do you mean, which I don't. Obviously right. That's all the West Wales. So the West Wales are responsible. If Paddy plays up, the West Wales fine Paddy, he pays the West Wales. Nothing to do with the league. It doesn't even come to me. And I also got had to go at for what was it? Oh, for the state of the pitches.
Yeah.
I had to go.
We should be out there forking about it.
Some blamed him the other day for the fucking pitch people loving the rugby games.
I get blamed for that. So yeah, that was a favourite one.
Six Nations is on, Jim.
I'm not putting. Yeah, apparently I don't look after the pitches well enough. Yeah. Obviously, the game's getting called off on a weekly basis on the page. That's my fault.
Yep, the rain is Jimmy's fault.
I'm down there looking at pitches, calling them off, thinking, you know what? I don't want to get this league finished by the start of May, so I can go on my holidays and chill and not be on this page at 8 o'clock in the morning.
It's coming here all guns blazing. Oh, fuck. Save yourself, Jim. Nobody's half fucking hell, I'm struggling eating this noodles. It's going on in chunks. Fucking hell.
So obviously, I do get blamed for a bit of shit, but I guess it comes from the territory. I mean, obviously I come in and I try to be sort of
transparent,
I think is the word. Obviously myself and the chairman, Jeff, we just thought, look, not that it's a problem that the league has been before, we just thought, look, these day and age, with communication and technology, it's probably best to use our communication in order to sort of let people know. Yeah. So that's why obviously Wayne German, so a couple of the boys brought it to the committee and said, why don't we set up a page, Neath Football League, and been doing it for a couple of years, as long as it's tightly regulated, because it used to be, I'm told, I wasn't around it, but I told there used to be a forum back in the day, was there?
A couple of years, after our time, but before this time.
Yeah, and apparently it got out of control or something.
Well, it was just people playing, picking the greatest ever Swansea League teams and putting themselves in.
Yeah, that's your name's Thomas Todd.
Thomas Todd was in the World Cup 11. It was Franz Beckenbauer, Bobby Wood, Thomas Todd, fullback. He put himself in.
Same sort of level. One man I got told, Doc apparently was a big advocate of this. Forum back in the day, apparently had a lot to say. But I like Dog.
Dog is a great boy.
It was one time I got drawn into it. I was playing for the Roxburgh at the time, and we played Langavella. I think it was one of the cups. I think we were in the second, they were in the third.
That was when Bonomi and I was playing for them.
That's right, yeah. That's right.
I
had to mark Bonomi, right?
Yeah.
Bonomi was a right handful. And I think we beat them. But it was one of those games, it was fucking back and forth. There was I think there was some dodgy decisions made. And I can't remember, something was said on the group about Roxburgh boys, and it just went back and forth.
Yeah.
So you know everyone was jumping on. I'm still not the best with fucking technology, which we'll get to after last week's fucking meltdown. and it was very childish, like it seemed. You know what I mean? But I think you'd just be acting on Twitter.
The problem back then with those sort of forums is they were quite anonymous. So like anyone could log on.
I purposely when I went on there, I put my name so they knew it was me. Because I'm not going to go on there and say, these people, if they want to say something, they can say it to me.
Yeah, like Swans 4030, it could be anywhere. They start slagging people off. It's like with Facebook, at least you are that person, and if you're going to say something, at least that's you saying that to someone's, not someone's face.
Yeah, of course.
So just obviously try and make the league more transparent. So I do post on it quite a bit, just sort of informing people, like when cup finals are, or refs are, games on and off as soon as I can, just get the information out there. It's no good being kept with me, so I just try and inform people as much as I can.
You are active on it, and it is a good thing in this day and age. You can't be dinosaurs anymore. Like I think it's a big help. You go on that page, you can find out if the games are on early enough. Majority of people on Facebook. If not on Facebook, on Twitter. I goes on the Swansea page on Twitter. We're not so busy on that, but
the Facebook page, because you put me on the Facebook page a while back. And even though it's got nothing to do with me, like I check and I think fucking hell, we could have done something like this back in '98. You know what I mean?
But it was no such thing as Facebook was there. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and obviously the Swansea Senior League is quite traditional. It always has been. It's a famous league. We used to be, I believe, the second biggest in Britain at one point.
Yeah, that's spot on.
Real
Stoke, I heard.
Birmingham. There's a couple of different stories, and then it used to be the second biggest. So obviously everybody's quite traditional, and that's not in a bad way. Do you know what I mean? But obviously this, the age of the committee obviously was getting on a bit. So obviously when I came in, I thought, well, let's try and change things. I'm only 33, so my background's come from. I started working play football. And obviously that's a private enterprise, not a Swansea league. So obviously their thing is, you're playing five-a-side, you're playing five-a-side. We've got to work around you now, your lifestyle. It's not a case of back when in the day when your missus used to be a housewife with the kids, used to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and then every Saturday used to go play football. The pub people who work different shifts, people working at nights, people are taxi drivers.
That's a change.
It's a change. You've got to try and be flexible. Obviously, working in play football for me with that, I was forced to sort of be flexible with people with those changes. So if someone would ring me and say I can't play at 7:45, I'd have to say, right, well, can you play at 9 o'clock or can you play at 6:30, and just sort of be flexible. So I sort of learned my trade through the sort of the more that sort of
more modern thinking, really.
The more modern thinking. So obviously when I come into the league, I started off it's a bit of trial and error. Was about 5 years ago, 2012, I was working in play football, and they came to me and said about possibly starting a youth league. So that's the 16 to 18s. What you find in this day and age, you agree with the Corinthians. You've got 16-year-olds playing in the Swansea Senior League. You boys probably played in it when you were that age. It's an hell of a step up. You got some right nasty teams. You come in at the bottom as well, and you get kicked the shit out of. It's part of the football education, and it. So obviously set up the West.
I think it is an help as well, don't mind. Yeah. Like we was lucky, we had a boy called Dylan Simmons. Fucking great prospect. Like at 16, he's playing fucking sweeper, marking fucking the wand.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know what I mean? For more like Griffith, and as happens, and he fucking held his own as well, like, you know what I mean? Obviously,
a lot of it is sink or swim. Some boys will be able to do it, and some boys won't, just naturally.
Big time, but what we didn't want, obviously, for top participation levels, you don't want boys going all the way through a system, getting to 16, joining the Swansea, which is fine, no issues with that. Getting kicked and thinking I never want to never want to kick football again. So what the youth league was set up for is it's on a Sunday, so they can play for Swansea Senior League, and then obviously on a Sunday they could play for like their local.
It's basically the McWhirter League, which I played.
I was going to say yes,
but it would be more local level.
And so this is set up. This is it.
So we set it up 5 years ago. It's called the West Wales Youth League. The West Wales helped with it as well. I was the first secretary. I've had a couple of experienced people, like Gary Thomas from Pontardawe, I don't know if you know he's the chairman, and he runs it now. He is shift art. You had Ken and Jean Waller was the chairman of the West Wales. She helped out as treasurer. So we started it up, and it went from nothing to it's that now up to about 24 teams.
That's amazing.
So
Yeah, that's
it was a quality thing.
Like what teams are there?
So everybody, so like come Albion had a team a couple of years ago. So that was all like Corey Fisher's generation. And those lot obviously came up together. You got like so some of the big boys put a team in. So like Garden Village will put a team in. Pont Dowie, Britain Ferry. Then you have little ones. You have like St Clair's. We've had Tenby.
Yeah.
Like obviously Tenby was a good little trip for all of them. They didn't mind playing Tenby away. You had like all the Neath teams, even Abercrave and those sorts of teams, and it was just something for them to like. To play on a Sunday.
And that's still going now?
Yeah.
Oh, quality.
But the the sort of advantage of that is setting it up from scratch. I had a chance to sort of like, not set it up in my own image, if you get what I mean, but sort of do it the way I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So obviously,
from the ground
so I set it up, and one of the rules was I didn't used to set fixtures like, Saints against Penlan, 2:30 Saturday, Monday's New Year's. I used to set them as sort of game weeks. So game week 1, first set of fixtures, Penlan, Saints. Right, so the default time is 2 o'clock if Saints are home at Monday with, right? But what they're allowed to do is they're allowed to liaise with each other. And I don't really give a fuck where they play, what time they play, what day they play. Just organise it amongst yourselves. So Pont Dowie would come to me and say, right, we've spoken to Garden Village. We're going to host them Friday night under the lights. Good experience for the boys. Can we do that? Yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Play when you want. I'm just interested in results. Obviously everybody's got different things on and stuff. I just want the game to be played. Just obviously give me a couple of days notice so I can get a ref sorted and do that. And obviously with that sort of age and they've got exams on, they've got different stuff on, it allowed the flexibility then for them to sort of thing. And then the league sort of grew from that because they knew that there was a chance to be flexible. Yeah. So, it's good. And then obviously about a year and a half ago then obviously...
Is that all it is, a year and a half?
I think so, yeah. I think around...
I remember you coming in because, like, obviously I'm not involved that much with the senior league anymore.
Yeah.
But someone saying to me, JaImie Elias is taking over, and I was like, do I know JaImie? And they were like, I don't know, because he's not really from around, because obviously I'm 38.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I was out with the league earlier as well.
Exactly.
I think it was Mance, as it happens, said to me. And man said, no, honestly, mate, he's gonna be good for the league.
I sort of came from nowhere. Like, I didn't grow up around Swansea. I grew up in a place called Torrell. I don't know if you know it. It's up it's up towards like the Rhondda Valley, so just outside by Llantress, and so sort of outskirts of Cardiff, Bridgend, Ponty sort of thing. Moved down here then when I was 19 for uni, which must be about 13, 14 years ago, and obviously finished my degree, did my masters, and then ended up getting a job and play football. So obviously settled here, had my son and with my son's mother and stuff like that, so no problem. So I sort of got into football late. So I sort of knew like the sort of Swansea League scene, because I obviously knew Bonomi, Tizzy from Kilvey. They all used to have teams that play football in the early days. Yeah, you sort of get to know people. We've all had teams up the outside. Exactly, and you sort of get to know people, go and watch matches. So I became quite friends with Tizzy and Bonomi, Steve Hughes, all them lot. And I was playing at the time, barely playing, put on weight for fun, like doing for Seven Sisters. So up in Seven Sisters, I was up there with Brownie was up there, Jammer was up there, Wesley Melville, all them. Got up Seven Sisters, Thomas Todd was up there as well. Went down to Ferry, and then I just like, I was just like, can't be arsed. So I came back, actually signed for Landor back in 2011, something like that. But at the time, it was the boys who were running it. We're all from the call centre, program the call centre, so they get like boys, so they'd have...
so it's Springer there.
Exactly. So what they do is anybody worked in a call centre, or they'd even say, come and sign for Landor, we'll give you a job in a call centre. This is when Big Nev was right at his peak, so we had like Daniel Joseph. We had...
It's like when Die Boot was with North End and everyone was working for
Forest. I remember that. That was a couple of years ago now, wasn't it? So he obviously gave everybody a job. So it was good. Chickenhead was with us as well. I don't know if you know Chickenhead.
He follows the podcast. I don't know how often he listens, but he definitely follows the podcast.
Yeah, well obviously he broke his arm, didn't he, about 6 weeks ago, I think, which put him out of football. So he was just coming back, buzzing for the 2 finals, the West Wales Cup and the Senior Cup final at Saturday, and he broke his arm again last week on the weekend. Nice boy, to be fair, goal scoring machine. Like, I mean, he used to play with me for Landor, but just get him when it happens, like, So so just come back from a meeting now at the stadium, and we're all set to go for Saturday. So this is where I am. So
this is Saturday. It would have been a perfect day for me to come down 2 o'clock, and stay there for the fucking duration. But
come down for a pint, man.
no, I can't, mate. I'll be the way I'm fucking going dressed to sing to Hawaiian Party. I can't walk into Liberty fucking dressed like that. It
Better dressed than
I honestly,
honestly,
I've been sent a couple of photos. Dean Davis.
Is it? Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No, I've seen fuck
my
all.
word. I got sent a couple of WhatsApps of like
Oh, never.
Ross Brown's shirt, Dean Davis's. Well, Dean Davis's. I ain't gonna spoil it, but it's just fucking tremendous.
But was it? Did you look and think, fuck me? Because this is about the second or third, you know, we booked it the same day as the FA Cup. Is there any way of getting around that? Was that just fucking?
So what it is with it all is obviously Stuart McDonald, chairman, as our treasurer, he runs the supporters trust. So
Right.
the 21% of the club owned by the supporters.
Right.
Our treasurer Stuart is the he runs it, is the
Right.
manager of it. I
Right,
don't
I
know,
got
I don't know
it.
what it's called, secretary.
Yeah,
maybe. He runs it. So to be fair, like we've had the last couple of years down the training ground. But this year, because the World Cup was on and everything else to do with Landor, they wanted a day Landor up early. No problem. So he pretty much said to us, look, we're not being funny, we're not being dicks about it, but you can't use it. No problem, it's fair enough. So we had a chat with Stuart, and obviously we did it a couple of years ago. I came down as a fan, we used the Liberty, I think twice in a row. Around about 2014.
That's when Jamo played it, wasn't it?
Yeah, around about 2014. But obviously it's got to be like feasible it has for, you know, financially.
Yeah.
So, but otherwise we got 8 finals. We had to find 8 finals. So Stuart came to us. He had a chat with Chris Perlman, who's the sort of one of the directors down there, and he turned around and said he came to us with 4 dates. So the 4 dates they had available, the 9th. So obviously last Sunday was the Swans. Did no chance.
Yeah.
Was the 19th, the 20th, the 27th and 28th. So it's like this weekend and next weekend. So you looked at it and thought, right, the big weekend's next weekend and it's bank holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously I got tickets, you boys, you know, everybody in the city has got tickets, and if they haven't, they're going down the beach or they're doing something, they're going going away for bank
It's
holiday
probably
weekend.
not the best time.
So it's probably not the best time. I mean, didn't really want to do it on a Sunday because it's, you know, not fair, and a lot of people who work on Sundays.
Yeah.
Saturday football is Saturday football, so we
yeah.
try and keep it sort of the same. So I pretty much just left the 19th, and unfortunately, obviously, you know, some of the football boys are Royal Wedding fans. So obviously they got there, they said, you know, I'm watching the FA Cup final. No, mate, you won't.
I heard that's when Meghan Markle's old man can't
Yeah, he's coming out of
coming
West
down the
West
Liberty.
End.
He's a massive Penland
Yeah,
fan.
he is.
Apparently he used to go round with Dawson. That's what it is. See?
The problem is, it's the rest of the finals will be fine, won't they? It's only the Penland West End game where there's a clash. And to be honest, it won't. I don't think they'll lose that many on the gate for that game, because Penland are going to have their crowd. They're all going to go. Fuck the FA Cup final, they're going to go. All the West End boys, fuck the FA Cup final, they're going to go. So you're going to have decent crowd there anyway. So I wouldn't be too concerned with that.
So
from
So
their point
we
of
thought,
view.
I'll put the finals there. Obviously, you know, it's cost us $7,000, man.
I can imagine,
No, but to be fair, they're not making anything on it. That's what it's going to cost them to sort of police it, steward it, staff it. Do you know what I mean? So they're not.
So $7,000 just to keep the Penland fans in order.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. we actually meeting just now about that. Like obviously, and the head of security, Mike, apparently used to play in the Swansea League, and he was saying, "Oh, I've heard that Penland and West End don't like each other, and Brian Callum and Kev are looking at each other and stuff like that." And he was just like, "Look, we don't want any trouble. I don't want any trouble," because apparently on Monday he was saying that Penland were down there and their fans were exemplary behaved apparently. So he was saying they want some more of that.
I actually forgot about that game. I did want to go because a while back I was up play football actually on Sunday with my youngest boy, and I get a message off a lad that listens to the podcast, and he plays with Goodwick, right?
Yeah.
Or he's something to do with Goodwick anyway. And I'd never spoken to this boy before, and he messaged me and said, what do you know about Penland? I said, you know, I don't really know involved in senior boys. I know a good few of the boys. Obviously, a lot of the old boys I know because they were Mansell boys before they were Penland boys. You know, when I was playing, and or Penn Plas boys. So they were like, oh well, we had murders with them yesterday because it was the FAW game, wasn't it?
Oh, the start of the season.
Yeah, right at the start of the year. So apparently it was like they caused the havoc down there or something. I was like, so when I saw it was Penland Goodwick final, I thought, fuck. This may be worth going to watch. And then I just fucking completely, because I honestly got a billion things on my plate all the time, especially now with the podcast. I completely forgot. So when I saw someone say, what's the score of Penland on Twitter, Penland got it, I was like, oh fuck, I missed that. I meant to go, like, you know.
Yeah, I went down it myself. It was a good game. Like, Penlan and Goodwick, they've played each other a couple of times. They played each other start of the season, like you said, and it got a bit naughty, a couple of sent off. I think a couple of subs got sent off, I think. And it's just a bit of a rivalry. Not that I think it's a rivalry built around hate. They haven't got a natural reason to hate each other like maybe some of the rival teams.
It's a rivalry compared to...
So obviously you've got two big teams. Regularly they're getting to the sort of latter stages of the West Wales Cup and stuff like that. And obviously a lot of Penlan players feature in our Swansea League squad as well. So we got a Swansea League select team. A lot of the Penlan players feature in it. A lot of the Goodwick players feature in the Pembrokeshire side. We played them a couple of years ago for the title and they ended up beating us. We had 3 sent off, so there may be a little bit of hate there, but I don't think it's a hate based on anything but competitive spirit, same as Penlan and West End. I mean, to be honest, they don't hate each other. Half the boys used to play for them, they're good mates, they'll have a pint after the match, but it's just you naturally thing to hate each other on the field, aren't you, I think, do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, well we've all obviously we've all played in the senior league, and I've argued with pretty much every single person in the senior league that I ever played against, but there's not one of them that I don't respect now that doesn't respect me.
Exactly, and that's how, I'm a quite old school like that, where I believe that if you've got a problem with someone on the pitch, I have a problem with them on the pitch, but afterwards shake hands. There's no point holding on to grudges. I don't believe in this, or kicking someone's head in town, a couple of weeks after if you see them.
That's
you know what I mean? You should let sort of things die, shouldn't you? Do you mean forgive people sort of thing?
No, listen, when you cross the line, everyone changes. I can speak for myself. I'm quite an amicable person. I get on with everyone, but when I cross the line, I was a fucking div, and I was not like the person off the pitch that I was on the pitch. And I played against people that were exactly the same, 10 times worse than me. Doc being one of the fucking world's worst.
Well, Doc was
fucking mental.
Doc was mental. We played down St. Helens, and our mate Louis tackled one of the blind and Mike's boys, and our mate Louis, big lump, he's like 6'5", he's a fucking monster. Doc didn't give a fuck. Doc ran on the pitch and squirted him with his bottle of Lucozade.
Did he?
It was fucking... Doc didn't give a fuck. He still laughs about this day. Me and Louis was up in the doing. I said, Doc, you fucker. Louis still looking at him. Don't say nothing, Pad, you fucking kill me.
I used to work, right?
Brilliant, the Doc is.
When I was in Royal Mail, I used to work with James, who used to play up front for Bunny Mine, one of the old school fucking centre forwards, right? He used to beat fuck out of me every time we played against each other. But when we worked together, me and him was good mates. So Bunny Mine had played, I think it would have been Mansell at that time that Doc was playing for, at Bunny Mine Park. And Di and the Doc, another big boy, 6'4", Doc, no much to look at, but don't give a fuck. They've had a Barney on a pitch, they've started fighting, right? And they both got sent off. This is Di telling me the story. He said he's fucking mental, man. He went for me, he starts fighting and he gets sent off. He said, this is at Bunny Mine Park, so Di goes in the fucking change room, goes in the showers, Doc just walks in the shower next to Di, and Di, how's it going? Like, standing outside him. No, that is the epitome of like leaving on the fucking pitch.
It's got to be done, isn't it? You get some people like that who just really, really sound off the pitch, and then as soon as they step over that line, like Dale Otton's one of them, obviously great footballer, great footballer, you know what I mean, off the pitch, nice boy, but as soon as he gets on that pitch, he's just
the both like Ottons are like winners, like you'd love them on your side, and you'd hate to play against them. I like them, I do, simply because, I like them. Dale nearly had fucking scrap with Manager Saints, good, really good mate of mine. And fucking, you still can't help but fucking love Dale. He was one of us, he'd be great.
Dale's one of those players, the guy's a great player, as you know. Like,
he's gone back now. This is a sign about
good
players. He's moved back to centre half now, and he's fucking one of Penlan's best players at centre half. And for the last fucking 10 years, he's been ripping it up. Up top, that's a sign of a fucking great player.
I think if you've got a football brain sort of thing, and you can sort of read the game well, I think you naturally play any position. Like Dale's generally in the squad for the Swansea League, and he plays left wing, and then he's playing centre half for Penlan. It's good to have someone like that. Just sort of adapt to any position.
Because I'm a little bit off. I hear about people. So I heard about Dale. And someone said to me, he was in a Victory Shield side for Wales.
Really?
Yeah, and there was, I think he scored a goal, like he bent a free kick over the wall in the top corner or something for Wales against, against Ireland or something, when he would have been like 15 years of age. Now, I think to myself, well, he must be fucking decent.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they were, in my school voice, I think there's only 2 boys that got in the Victory Shield as good as us I was. One was Crystal Welling and the other one was Mushroom. So, you know, you've got to be a good standard to be able to get to that.
But I believe, I heard a rumour as well, I don't know if it's true, I think he's one of the only Welsh players to ever get sent off in the Victory Shield.
Is it?
I believe, I'll have to check on that, but I heard that story.
Yeah.
That was a sign of things to come now, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, he is a good footballer, to be fair. But to be fair, you know, obviously going back to the Swansea League squad, we got a lot of good footballers in, you know, and it's a massive bone of contention for people when we release a squad for the Swansea League. Oh, blah 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 should be in it, Paddy should be in it.
My argument with a couple of blue squads, like you'd have like a second division player or third division player over first division players, and sometimes you think, well. I can't always agree with that. Like it's
go on.
It's good that you've got a committee, because to me you can't have like say like you would have bias because you're not committed to any side. But like if you ask me or Ryan to pick out best ever Swansea League 11, say it'd be very Saints heavy, very West End heavy, possibly maybe Monsters heavy. But he'd hardly have any fucker from Morriston, like simply because I don't see enough. Same as like in the old days, like people used to talk about. Players like Stakesy, Stakesy.
I played against Stakesy.
Great
That's
player.
a fucking old player.
Great player, but I'd only see him twice a year, if that. So I couldn't put him in my best 11.
No, you might not
when
see
I
the
see the fucking,
him,
when I see the Breens every week, and I don't think any would argue with the Breens scoring fucking 120 goals between them. Stick Jaffa in, scoring 150 between 3. I don't think anyone would begrudge him being in, but I only see the Breens. I don't see Spider from
You're always going to be, you ask anyone from any generation, doesn't make any difference. They're going to be biased towards their own team because that's all they saw more regularly.
Yeah, of course, There's no fucking Swansea League of the day.
With what you're saying about the league side, and obviously this is unbiased because I've got nothing to do with anything these days. What I will say is there's become a sort of habit of players dropping way below their standard to have an easy life.
Yeah,
right?
big fish, small pond, isn't it?
There's first division players drop into the 4th division or whatever it is, 3rd division now is only 3 divisions, to have an easy life where they can score 100 goals a season and they can get promoted and win a trophy.
Yeah.
That to me, I think you automatically disqualify yourself from any league team the minute you do that.
Yeah.
Anyone can do that, right? But to be really, and I don't mean the West End boys so much, I don't know, but I think these boys, and then I'm contradicting myself because boys have gone to the Sandfields this year. Boys have gone to Ragged, and they're building their teams back up. But personally, it wouldn't be for me. Like,
what I don't like when you talk about that is, this is how I got the utmost respect for Plough, right? Plough coats have probably knocked themselves back about 3 years now, right? Simply because, like say, Blind and Ice and Press, they're struggling. Yeah. So to me, instead of taking the loss on the chin, right? Saints fucking was up there. Saints went from fucking West Wales winners to fucking Division 4, like. Yeah. On the verge of folding.
Monsters did as well.
And on the verge of folding. If it hadn't probably been for Wally Pop, I'm saying to Sean Coughlin, you know, I'd fucking be devastated if we finished and Sean fucking made it his fucking wish and his will to fucking get the Saints back up there, which he did. So like say the press, and there's nothing against the press. I don't know many Blind and Mike's boys. I know Noddy, fucking great boy. I know some few of the press boys like Nicky McLean, Scott McLean, all them great boys, good mates. Like known them fucking 20 years. But to me, they should have taken like relegations on the chin rather than start again at Division 4. And what happened then? Did a team got offered to go up in Division 2 and they turned it down, saying they asked Plough. Well, Plough were on the rise, right? They had cracking social side off the pitch. They was fucking bouncing, and they was a good side on the pitch. Had some good players. Yeah. Because they went up, they give it a go. In all fairness, when they give it a go,
fair play.
But it was a couple of seasons too early. So now all their best players now sort of fucked off because they were getting beaten like fuck every week. And the socials off the pitch end, it dies down a bit because. Again, they getting beaten fucking 8-0. They had some good, don't get me wrong. They had some good results, like. But the Plough were one of the teams I was looking at thinking, fuck, give them 3 years, like they're gonna be fucking, they're gonna be something because they give it a go. It fucked themselves up now, and I think they put them back now 3 maybe 4 years. Whereas at the time they'd have probably come up the next couple of years naturally, like,
Yeah,
and done
exactly.
well, and probably done it, like,
Maybe
kept
secured
it, like,
himself.
Yeah, well, their players would have grown into it.
Yeah.
exactly,
And
like they were
been
too
ready.
young, too soon.
Because they got some tidy 16s
Yeah,
coming through
mate,
as well. Like
16s are playing Swansea League Division
So
1.
what happened with the Blind Mice thing? It happened just before I started. So obviously Blind Mice, they came up, must have been around about 8-9 years ago, you know, had like the Luke Darling, Dean Norwood, sort of Noddy's boy and all those sorts of good players.
Yeah, good side, yeah.
They got the
They
West.
they went all the way, didn't
Well,
they?
I
Yeah.
think Blind Mice were a tidy side. They've always been a tidy side in Swansea.
But like, what happened was
They
with
set up
our
and-
generation, they folded, didn't they?
Yeah.
And it was the Pen Plus. Basically, with all the
Yeah.
old Blind and Mice boys, mate, with Noddy,
Yeah.
and with Craig Allen,
Yeah.
Danny Meredith, Robbie Meredith, and
The
Wack
Pen
and all that.
Plus was that pub that got burnt down.
Yeah.
So then Pen Plus came, and then they folded, then didn't they? And then Blind and Mice came back.
Yeah.
So basically, it was the same boys. It was just
Yeah.
Blind and Mice,
Yeah,
Pen Plus,
exactly,
Blind
yeah.
and Mice. You know what I
But
mean?
with a load of youngsters. So I
Yeah.
remember they got to the West Wales Cup final, I think, about eight years
Yeah,
ago when
maybe,
they were in
yeah,
Division
yeah.
4.
Yeah.
And they did well. And I think what happened was they got up to Division 1, they sort of finished 4th or 5th.
Yeah,
But I think, obviously, you know, maybe people with their return, I don't know, you know, like sort of Noddy himself went to Kilvay for a different challenge, maybe Darling Penlan, who's
Yeah,
Coffee Penlan and stuff like that, and they started struggling. So I believe they went to the committee and said, look, we're going to fold, can you just relegate us, please?
Yeah.
Begging you, can you just relegate
Rather than
us?
fold.
Rather than
Yeah, that's
fold,
fair, that's
give
fair
it a
enough, like,
chance.
yeah,
So Noddy pretty much runs it on his own, tidy guy, runs it on his own, said, right, I need to go down. So I think the committee took pity on him and let him get
That's fair
promoted.
enough,
You know,
Ed.
yeah.
I'd much, like, now we're explaining it like that, I'd much rather a team go down than fold. I hate seeing teams fold.
Exactly.
And I hate every fucking team in Swansea, you know.
Yeah.
I hate the fact now, I hate everyone congratulating fucking teams on that Swansea League page.
Yeah.
It does my fucking head in. I message Wayne, I message Brian Cullen, but I hate fucking, someone, I think a boy from Kilvay, I can't remember his name, I should have given him a shot today.
JaImie Beale?
JaImie
Yeah, I think I saw it the
Beale.
other day.
JaImie Beale. He lost to
Yeah.
West End the
Oh,
night
fair
before,
play, yeah.
and the day after he said, "Oh, congratulations, West End, we pushed you all the way." I'm thinking, you should be fucking smart, you know.
Yeah.
You should me congratulate him. That's his fucking era, you know. He's fucking doesn't fuck up it. Maybe I'm a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah.
There was no such thing as Facebook, and
No, but what we did, Pat, what we did, you know, go back nowadays, we went to the pub after the game with the boys. So if he was at Paradise Park and he lost to West End, he went back to the West End.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
You
that
know,
still happens in the West Wales Cup.
Yeah,
It just
I
doesn't seem to happen anymore.
I think people should do it more.
Yeah, I believe
If
so.
I can make a plea to the boys that play
Yeah.
in fucking senior league, if you fucking play a team and they've got a boozer, just go back to the boozer, have a pint, have a pint. Thanks for that, boys. Shake your fucking hands and leave. We used to do it. It used to be a fucking tradition. We had to fucking do it because even if you lost, you can't show that you're bad losers. Like, do you know what I mean? Go in, and that's how we were in respect. That's how we were in
big
respect.
time, 'cause
All
in-
across fucking thing. And on top of that, it makes things strong. It makes the pub strong. It makes the social side strong.
Exactly.
It makes your club look strong. Oh, them boys fucking hell. They had the guts to come here. 4 or
Yeah.
5 of them after
big
the
time.
fucking game.
Yeah.
Some boys won't do it.
No.
Some boys will never do it, and that's no problem. But if you're a representative for the fucking club, like Paddy now is a representative, whether like he is obviously a representative for the Saints. If he's there and you're playing Penlan for argument's sake up in Inuit, Penlan club for the pint, and then down to Morris, that's what it should be done.
Yeah, we straight to the Morris. This should be.
It should
There should be a
That-
culture, shouldn't there?
That's one thing that
I'll give Mansell that credit. Mansell started it with West End.
He should.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was
Yeah,
the
he
thing
did.
is where we did it. It wasn't all of us when I played with the Saints. It was me, Dean Williams, Paul McCannell, Nicky McCannell, and we would go in every single pub. We'd go in a Jersey when we played fucking Bunny Mine, in the fucking Penland Club, we go in the Fairfield, and it was only one pint, and that's it. Just to show them respect, and at the same time, you know.
But back then, when obviously most teams were based around pubs, when they back in
Yeah.
the
Well, it is a pub league, mate.
Yeah,
We
but
dress
but
it
now
up. We're all guilty of
yeah.
dressing up like
Oh, of
Sans,
course.
like fucking La Liga,
Yeah.
and it's not. It's a pub league, it is, but we just got good names like St Joseph's and West End.
Yeah.
We're
No,
just
but-
not called the Dog and Duck and
But
shit
you
like
should-
that.
you should-
But we are pub league.
You shouldn't
Yeah.
talk it down either. You shouldn't talk it down either, because to the boys that play in it,
Yeah.
they're heart and souls in it.
Oh, 100%.
So you shouldn't talk it down either, because that's the level. You know,
It's
it
a
means
standard
how much does it mean
standard,
to you?
yeah.
You say yourself.
it'd
It
be
means
like-
everything to
we
you.
got
So
a
that's what I mean. You
fucking,
shouldn't
we
talk
come
it
here
down.
and talk about Swans for 2 hours every week. My team is the Saints, like,
Yeah.
you know, don't get me wrong. you'll have a few of the boys say, fuck, where was you? Fucking, it was a couple of years we were struggling, I won. I had a fucking young kid, knock on the head, maybe see 2 or 3 years out, you know what I mean? Going to Swans a bit more.
Exactly.
But deep down, you know, I ain't getting buried. They chucking the Saints kit and not a fucking Swans kit, like, you know what I mean, 100%. But I love if the Swans Saints folded, I'd sort of probably go and see another fucking team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm big fan of local. I'm a massive fan of the Swansea League itself.
Well, I think looking at things and seeing like some of the attendances this year. Obviously, I don't know if you were at the Penland West End game. It was a Tuesday night.
Of course. Yeah.
It must have been about 300-400 people there, you know. And
that's proper.
Well. Yeah, you know, there is whether people like, you know, whether people admit, you know, there is an underlying. People do still like local football.
Of course they do. Yeah. People like football. Full stop.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I like to see what I've seen this week. Talking to Ross Brown, who's a good mate of mine, who just signed recently for the Saints from Compress.
Yeah.
And he's saying to me, I wish I'd done this years ago because Saints is a proper club. So when he's showing me stuff from the Saints and the social side that they got a group of young players, first team, second team, third team all together. I think that is a club. Oh, yeah. That's the way it should be. I think Penland have probably got somewhere along
of course.
the same way. And a Stowie, from what I gather, they've got a
Ulster's had a great social side
right?
last
You've
few
got
years.
to get that in a club. I look because I'm affiliated with Roxburgh as well, and I see, and they got the polar opposite.
Yeah.
Right? They're struggling to get a fucking first team together. They're struggling to get a second together week in, week out. It's understandable when it's midweeks. They're struggling to get Saturdays together. They're putting food on in a fucking mall. They can't get people to go back there to even have a pint. You've got to have that. It's as part of the game as turning up, putting fucking boots on Saturday.
You've got to have the feel-good factor.
You have to.
Like I said,
if the pub is bouncing after a game, you'll be bouncing on a pitch every week if the pub is bouncing after a game.
You've got to. It's all about stopping the rot. I mean, you know, I'm sure people have their own reasons, but you know, it's no coincidence a correlation between like clubs that aren't doing very well and player availability. You know, I'm not saying anyone, but it's like suddenly, you know, they're not doing very well, they're bottom of the league, but they're struggling to get 11 players.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's, you know, it's all about sort of having a good club spirit, I think. And
absolutely. Like I was lucky that when the 2 seasons I had with Roxburgh, that's when they were bouncing. That's when there was West Wales away trips, 52-seater fucking buses, 2 teams, 3 teams actually the last time I was there, and it's all on a rise.
Yeah.
And then you've seen how quickly you can turn yourself. The Saints have done the same thing.
I mean, Roxburgh, what were they, 3rd last season? 4th last season. This season they're struggling. I mean, on the Facebook, obviously Paddy commented on it when Roxburgh couldn't field the side against Saints. I had tears in my eye reading Di Pridmore's post.
Oh yeah, I was glad
when he commented saying, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "Di, it happens, mate. You know, it happens to the best of us."
It hurts him, and I'm sure it hurts Smithy as well. And it hurts the boys that are there week in, week out. But you know, and I'm not fucking calling anyone out or anything like that, because I'm sure there's other clubs who've got the same problem. It's just that I can see it because I'm sort of involved in that way with Roxburgh. But you know, they need more commitment there, and other teams that are struggling, they need more commitment there. And like I say, I went to watch a second team against Penland, and they may as well not turned up.
That bad was it?
But they were beat before they went on a pitch. And I know Penland can do that, the side, because going to Penland at Minute is intimidating, right? It can be intimidating if you're the type of person that can be intimidated.
Yeah.
And they were all intimidated, and they lost the game before they went on the pitch. They lost 4-0, fucking deservedly so. It should have been more. And I stood there on the side and I went, I was sad. It was sad to watch. And I'm like, you know, well, you may as well just hang your boots up, boys, if you're going to turn up and you're going to give up before the fucking game starts.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, shit like that pisses me off. Lose 4-0, but lose 4-0 having a fucking go.
Yeah.
Our third team won the league this year. And to me, that means don't mean as much as the first team winning it, but that should be as big a deal on Saturday now. Yeah. I don't know if we got the trophy. If we got the trophy, it'd be great. If not,
JaImie got it with it?
Yeah.
There you go.
It was just underneath my kebab and chips.
Yeah.
And, if we could grab the trophy, that'd be fucking brilliant. Like
I said, a couple of teams have asked me about the trophies. I gave West End theirs. I gave Port Tenant theirs. Like I said, I got no problem giving the trophies to it. Like I
saw Chile and that with the trophy.
Yeah.
It's a fucking good shield.
There's a story behind that shield, right?
It's like Sean Coughlin. You're going to tell me the Sean Coughlin
story. A couple of years ago, we won the 2nd division fucking title. Great, fucking brilliant. Sean went through a few problems in his personal life. Stopped coming to Saints, but then we lost the shield, basically, right? We don't know where it was. This shield, I shouldn't really be saying in front of JaImie, you know. It's
I heard about it, mate.
like
It's all good.
It's 103 years old, right?
Yeah.
So we couldn't find the fucking shield, right?
That's huge.
Turns up in Sean Coughlin's old man's shed, right? Which have had a leak in the roof for 6 months, right? The fucking shield comes back to the Morris. It looked like, the cup in Indiana Jones on the Last Crusade. It's falling apart, mate. There's splinters everywhere. There's wood. All the fucking copper being fucking rubbed off, right? So my mate Dicko works in door legal bar. So he takes it down to him without telling the league, what can we do with this? And he said, Pat, it's fucked. He said, it's fucked, there's nothing. He said, all the winners have fucking rubbed off of the last 102 years. So I said, fuck it, put St. Joseph's on everyone and see if they notice. Right? St. Joseph's leapfrogged West End, the most successful club in Swansea League history. We won the fucking title 71, 72, 73 without getting promoted. According to that shield, honest to God. We ended up getting fined as it happens. If it hadn't been for Fender being so well liked by the committee, it would nearly put us out of fucking business. It nearly folded the Saints, didn't it?
Yeah.
We had 600 in the kitty. Andrew Norman wanted 710. Honest to fuck, we didn't have enough money to pay the permits. Fuck all.
They're all old. I've actually got the senior cup in my car. I just picked it up off Krabby now down the stadium with a meeting, and I think that's 115 years old. The trophy's 150. I don't even want to touch it. It feels like it's going to fall apart. But it's got all sorts on. I didn't even realise, looking back on it. Britain Ferry Athletic have won the senior cup. Port Talbot have won. I'm clear back in the 20s and 30s and stuff like that. They're all on it as well.
It's amazing history, and like I said, I've seen it at its strongest and at its weakest. Like, you know what I mean? The Swans, their rise seemed to coincide with.
Of course it did,
Player. Maybe not so much. I'm not slagging anyone with the quality. What I mean is with the amount of player teams. You know what I mean? You had like 5 or 6 first teams, all 5 or 6 reserve teams. People had 3 teams, 4 teams, everything, and it just seems to have dwindled down over the years. And with the Swans getting relegated, I just wonder whether people will push back in the
because I hate people when people our age will say the standard now is shit, right? Yeah. Now I look at that then and I think I'm very pragmatic. Like I look back and say, right, is it really shit? Because I look at players like I said, Dylan Simmons, say with just the Saints alone, like Dylan Simmons, Ross Lynch, Ryan Earlo, just signed for us, fucking outstanding fucking footballer, Frosty in the middle of the park. So I'm looking at Alex Davis in goal. I'm looking at the Saints now, and I'm thinking, would any of them have sort of gone now first team back in the day? Fucking Dylan, Ross, they'd have been there or thereabouts, you know what I mean? So the standard, like, you look at the stand, like, people playing for Penland, you mentioned the Ortons, I probably say Luke Edwards.
He's a good footballer, yes.
Chapel's definitely.
100%.
Say Corey Charles fucking loves it. You look at them, like, Gaza Morel for them all. Scott Jewell, I'm a big fan of. Big lump, he's like an old school. Not as nasty as like someone like Steve Jones, so fucking die. But he's a big lump, he puts it about, he's a goal scorer. So like I look at them players and I think, would they get in? And I think, well, they'd be there or thereabouts, like. But they're different, and because I'd say people like Donny Smitham and all them.
They would say about their generation.
They looked at our they look at our generation and say we are fucking shit.
Exactly.
But what I think is the difference is how many divisions we're gonna have? 4.
Yeah.
Who'd have had 7? 3. Who'd have had 7 first team division C. Reserve division would have gone to reserve division 7.
Yeah.
And like so then they got all them players, like the Saints 13. When I first signed the Saints, we was having Wally Park and Richie Jones playing. Wally Pop, Wally Pop. Rico still do a job.
He does, and he was still on the Sundays.
Rico's probably one of the greatest players to ever play in the Swansea. When I first signed, he'd be in the third team. We'd have 9. Wally Popham would be playing, and he'd be on kidney dialysis all week. So don't tell me this is.
It's not even a joke. It sounds like a joke.
He's on dialysis all week. But he's probably one of the greatest centre-halves to ever play in Swansea League. In the fucking 60s, he's a fucking colossus.
Exactly.
And he's still playing on dialysis all week. Don't tell Cheryl, like, you know what I mean?
That's commitment, that is.
Richie Jones would play in goals for us. He's fucking blind.
Yeah.
And that's what he's Richie Jones. But he was such a good keeper. He made fucking...
The cat.
He was the cat. And don't get me wrong, he liked milk. But the reason, he was fucking blind, played in goals for us.
Exactly.
He was in fucking... I'll never forget. We played Penland, funny enough, and it was up in the Newydd. We had 9 men, Wally and Richie. Matty Quint. Matty Quint
was another one in this.
good player, yeah. He was 61, like. Matty Quint scores, we 1-0 up, like. Wally Popman pulls us all in at half time, can't fucking breathe, right? He said, lads, I've been involved in local football for 45 years, he said. If we can get a fucking point out of this, he said, if we can hang on to this 1-0, he said, I've won West Wales Cup Senior Cups, I played Welsh League for Haverford West. If we can fucking hang on by here, this is the fucking greatest achievement I've ever had in local league, like, you know. And we lost 9-1. But we never get that first half, mate. That first half, we was like escape the victory.
Yeah.
Victoire! Minute new with Wally's trying to escape under the showers. It's fucking brilliant, honestly. Yeah. But like fucking, that's the characters of the Swansea League as well.
Course,
Don't get me wrong, in the end with the 13, because the Saints, we was lucky enough, because we was doing well, we was pulling players from everywhere.
Yeah.
But all mates as well. Like, when I finished with the 13, we was like, we couldn't get no higher. We was like second team, we was reserve division 2 and you can't go higher because our second,
you can't overleap your first.
So our first team are challenging, our second team are challenging, our third team are challenging. You know, Ryan regularly come to watch a third team and would enjoy it. Like, say our first team boy got suspended or couldn't play, he'd come into the thirds and enjoy it, knowing you're not fucking, you're not playing this stupid fucking shit he was
when I jacked it in 2005 and I got a season ticket over the Liberty, actually I signed for the Saints and I was playing in the third team when the Swans were away and I wasn't going away. I only played probably 5 or 6 times that year, but I fucking loved it because it was me and him and Morgies, it was all my mates. You know, we was all in there, like.
That's why I'm a team spirit, and I think obviously going back to, you know, it's easy for like the older generation maybe to romanticize about how good their generation was. I mean, you know, Paul Scholes, Steven Gerrard, you know, we all say how good Paul Scholes was back in the day. Paul Scholes was awesome, but when it was back then, it didn't really happen, you know. I think there's a lot of reason why people play less football. I think number one, less people, you know, the baby boomer generation, you know, less to do, you know what I mean, like back then, you know, it was not...
Plus, we live for it, mate.
Exactly, people loved it.
Plus, what has happened is we are letting our women boss us around a lot more these days.
Unfortunately,
Maybe not you, Brad, but majority of men are fucking, because I know if I turn on my missus now and went, do you know what, I'm going to sign for the Saints, I'm going to play in the reserves next year. Yeah, my bags would be on the fucking doorstep. Like, there'd be no chance of that. Whereas in a different generation, it was like, you won't see me on a Saturday and come you know, I'm out with a football.
My missus, she'll have a moan maybe once a month when she's due on, but deep down, but deep down, she loves the fact that I'm involved in the Saints. Like, she loves, Dylan Richards walked in the county hall to pay a parking fine, and he said, can you help me with this? And she said, no. And he said, what? She said, no, I'm not going to help you. He said, why? She said, because we've got a fucking West End top on. And that's Jerry. She said, go and take it off and I'll help you. And she did as well. You know? But, she said, no, I can't. She said, I can't help you with that fucking West End top. No. Me and my missus had murders when she done a bargain. She said, you're not going to football. I told her I am. We had more. It was a massive game. She hadn't. I turned the telly on for her. Yeah. It's not like I left her fucking on the floor with nothing to watch. And her exact words were, go on, fuck off, who loves the Saints more than me.
Yeah, exactly.
And I told her, no way, I love West End more than me. And I fucking went football and see the Sunday morning.
My missus is the same. Like I said, I don't play anymore, but I get shit. I go to a lot of meetings, like I said.
Of course I do, I'm out the house all the fucking time. The work, either work, this fucking thing. Yeah. You know, it's fucking... Of course, you know, fuck, she thinks I'm having an affair. Thank fucking I'm fucking ugly.
Well, they'll fucking start at the fucking last week, my napper was gone, right? My napper was fried, right? Thursday we do the podcast with Owain Tudor Jones, right?
Yeah.
So we go, fair play to Denny's, big shout out to Leon and the staff.
Massive.
They looked after us massively, right? We do the podcast with Owain Tudor Jones. We goes downstairs, they sort us out food, right? What was it like, Pad?
Outstanding, right? Great setup, couldn't fault it.
Food was fucking great. The only thing is I had to watch Pad eat then, which is a fucking effort in itself, right? He had fucking chicken wings up his face. I'm like, we sitting there, he looks at me, dead serious, the guy, dead pan as fuck, he goes, the guy, right, just so we not fucking, you know, what was the actual words? You said nothing is leaving this table.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Let's not stand on ceremony.
Yeah.
No, let's get it out to the open.
Right. So I'm like, alright. So we like when he gets down to the little bit to the left, we are eyeing each other like this.
I knows he's a greedy cunt who loves his gran as well. Like, don't fucking worry
You've got
about
hollow
that.
legs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me tell you.
I had to run 14 miles on Friday to fucking work it off.
Yeah.
So that all goes down, right? I got my iPad, and there's a whole process, right, of doing it. It's not as simple as, like, because it was the other end of the fucking city, you just see it come up on your subscriptions and it's there, right? It's not quite as simple as that. So I get home, this should take me less than 10 minutes, right? By the time I write out because I save it off that app onto my iCloud drive, and then I put it onto Buzzsprout, and I put another little description of bio and all that. I do all that. It takes me about 10 minutes normally, right? Oh no, these Buzzsprout pricks, wherever they've gone, they've fucking gone and decided to completely change the way they do things. So I got home and I'm like this, looking at it like, this is like double Dutch to me, because it's fucking taken me fucking 6 months to get to the level I was at now, where I felt like a Jedi Master. Now I gotta go back to the fucking start, right? So I'm stressing like fuck. So I go like this, so I download, it starts downloading the fucking podcast, and I haven't put any of the details in. So I'm flapping like this, still trying to go as quick as I can, right, to get all the details in, right?
They're like in a film where the computer screen's going from 0 to 100%.
Yeah, that's what it was. Do you know what? That is exactly what it was. There's a little bar like that, and it's going 0, it's going 7, 8, 9. Fuck, is it going to give me enough time to fucking write this out? So I'm flapping like fuck, right, okay? It comes up, sends me an email. When it goes live, so that people can listen to it, it sends me an email. So I haven't even fucking finished putting the fucking details in, and I get the email. Your episode, Untitled, is now live. I'm going, no, this is fucking everything up. Because I'm thinking people are going to go, hang on, I've just got an Untitled episode on my thing. So I'm flapping, honest to God, I fucking change the details. It fucking takes ages, right? Because Buzzsprout changed the details immediately. So on the Buzzsprout website, everything was as it should be within like a minute after it went live. But on iTunes, it was like, it took longer. So I'm stressing. I was like, Pad, I was flapping.
You phoned me up and said, mate, I think we lost it all.
No, this is the day after that. I hadn't got to that yet. This was
because I was on a stag do myself in Dublin, and I was obviously I went to bed, I chucked it on. It was just saying episode not available.
Right, that was the day after, right? So I've got fucking, this apparently is uploaded. I've got no details on it. I'm flapping. I'm checking my iTunes, and it's not come up. So I thought at least one thing, when it does eventually come up, it must have took half hour, if not longer. And I was wondering what the fuck was going on. I knew I hadn't lost the episode because it's always saved on my iPad anyway. But it was just a fucking stressful moment. Eventually, next thing, boom, there it is. It's on and it's available. But like even tonight now, like you would leave it normally, and within 15 minutes of you leaving, it'd be up on iTunes. Now I don't know. And I can't stay up all night waiting for the counting thing to go on. So it may take longer than
you can't go back to the old one, no?
No, I emailed the fuckers, fair play, they got back to me straight away, and this was like, this was say 9 o'clock at night, because we did last week a bit earlier, because we were in Denny's. So, I got it fucking, I emailed them, and they said, yeah, we've taken away that option. Why overcomplicate things? It's just the fucking world, isn't it? It was such, the thing I used to upload was called The Simple Uploader. Well, why would you take away what's the most simple? Simple people use the fucking simple uploader. Like.
It don't need to be complicated.
No, don't overcomplicate. We took that away. I was like, for fuck's sake. So anyway, it was up. Great. Next day, I'm in work. People, positive feedback about the podcast, which is always nice to hear. I'm talking to people back and forth. Obviously, when I'm doing, what I hope people realise, when I'm messaging back and forth with people on Twitter, I'm in work, right? I've either stopped outside a fair, waiting for them to come out, and then I quickly message them back, or I'm sat around doing nothing, or I may have nipped in, to have a piss in between doing work. So I'm always, it's like a full-time job, right? I'm not complaining, I'm just saying sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get back than others, right? So, I had to finish work early on Friday, so I decided to go for a run. He comes back, I'm at a shower, next thing, Paddy texts me. So, everything right with the podcast? I said, yeah mate, it's been pretty positive, everyone seems to have enjoyed it. Oh no, people are putting on Twitter that episode's unavailable. Oh, for fuck's sake. So he goes on, tries to click on it. First thing I do is I go on my iPad, go on the Buzzsprout main site, click on it. It's just not playing. It goes onto my iTunes. Temporary unavailable, which majority of people would have had.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes on to Stitcher, because I got the Stitcher app, which is for Android. I got that
Yeah.
on my phone. Just not working. It's just
Oh.
black. I had no idea what's happening. I start flapping big style. None of the episodes, previous episodes are running. None of them. They won't play.
No.
So I've gone white as fuck now. I got my fucking shorts on. I'm falling on the fucking bedroom. I got to take my boy to fucking training in 10 minutes. I just did not have the time to be dealing with this shit.
No, exactly.
Fair play to Buzzford. I emailed them, and I don't know what the problem was, but they emailed me straight back. It should be okay now, and then it was all up and running. But it was just stressful as fuck. Then, owing to the Jones, I spelled his fucking name wrong,
Oh, what?
didn't I?
Well, that's easy.
Well, his name's Owain to the Jones, but it's not, is it?
Tada. It's Tada
It's
Jones.
Owain to the Jones.
Yeah.
Because he's fucking
T-U-D-O-R, is it?
T-U. How do you spell Tudor?
T-U-D-O-R, yeah.
T-U-D-U-R.
Tada. And his name is
He's
actually
Owain to
Tada
the
Jones.
fucking
No one ever writes it,
They can't. Everyone would have said Owain to the Jones, mate.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
spelled his fucking name
Yeah.
wrong, so I had to change that then as well. Honest
Yeah.
to God, I had a fucking meltdown last Friday. So I went like that then, after it was all set up, I put another tweet out on a Saturday, which I always do to like sort of re-push the podcast again, and then I was like, I got to have a break from social media because my fucking brain is fried.
Yeah, exactly. At least you had some
I
tidy,
get
at
too
least,
much.
at least you had some tidy days.
You must have days where, like Ryan, I steps away from all this shit. Like,
Oh, he's good like that.
you must have days where just new phone is constantly.
Oh, every day. I think most days I'll have about 30 to 35 phone calls.
Nice to have a break now. Let's be honest, I can't slag anyone off for that, because New Year's Eve I was on the blow at the JaImie,
Yeah.
right? Fucking hell, I could have killed the fucker. No word of a lie, right?
This is the end of the game.
I'm all usually saying, oh, listen, why are they all giving him shit? What will be, let it lie, nothing to do with him. New Year's Eve, right? I'm dressed as the Hulk, right? I'm in the bedroom dressed as the Hulk, all ready to go to a family fancy dress New Year's party, right? About 7:30, Steve Fender, the Messiah of Saints, right? Going away again this year. Only man. The club's nearly going bankrupt. Fender's gone on 3 cruises already this year. There's an internal investigation going on about him.
You can't
He's
say
fucking
too much of it.
No, in all fairness to Fender, no, without him, the club wouldn't fucking
yeah,
bank
exactly,
Honestly, he's absolutely fucking amazing.
Well, I
He
was
is.
there. I
He's
was there on that night when I with what's his name?
Bruce
Grover.
Grover. You didn't know his name either, did you?
No.
He's without Fender, there wouldn't be a Saints. It's people like that. Without the Swansea League, the league would fold, isn't
100%.
it? Because he's behind the scenes. He goes to these committee meetings, and I think all the committee likes him because he's placid as fuck.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a great
Nice
guy.
guy, yeah.
He's
Oh,
a nice
good.
guy, like, you know. And without him, he gets shit done, like, you know. Without him, he's fucking.
You
he's
should
brilliant.
he should be on the committee. We got a space.
On the
On
thing,
the Swansea
committee,
committee.
I don't think he got time to, you know. He got
It's
so
only
much.
one meeting a month.
Is it really?
Yeah, I guess we'll help out with the Liberty Stadium.
I
and
don't
stuff,
want that now. Saints be having 6 players in the Swansea League.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So New Year's Eve, I'm dressed as the Hulk. Donna's dressed as Batman. And we're ready to go out now over the fucking road. Fender's phoned me. Our third team just been docked points for Jaffa threatening the North End manager. Now, to me, it's North End's fucking manager's word against Jaffa.
Right.
Our points have been deducted. I knows what I'm fucking doing. I'm phoning that cunt JaImie Elias. Fender said, it's New Year's Eve. I'm dressed as the Hulk now. I couldn't give a fuck, right? I'm on fucking Facebook. Till he walks in tamping, till he turns to my missus said, who made him angry? Looks like the rest of the All fairness to JaImie, he fucking calmed me down with
Oh,
an
yeah,
heartbeat, he did, right? He was only there, I went, mate, I'm so sorry for messaging him New Year's Eve. He's in the fucking bucking pod flu having a Sunday dinner, isn't he? Oh, fuck.
It happens quite a lot. Like I said, people will like sort of message me and they'd be like, "Oh my god, fucking this was shocking, this is shocking." And a lot of the time, I don't actually know about it. You know,
Of course
like,
it was.
because
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah. The
I just run.
You are, you know, it's not like it's
Yeah.
on Sky, like.
Exactly.
it's not like
Kirsty Gallagher and
Exactly.
St. Joseph's been docked 3 points. Jaffa Ash threatening
Yeah.
Matthew Lloyd. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Like if it's something like that, like I'll send them out. Like I don't make decisions based. So I'm secretary. So my thing is to stay neutral. So I'm neutral to Saints, West End, Malsters, Penlan. My thing is to stay neutral.
Is
I
there,
don't
can I
make-
ask you one thing though? Because when we said he was having me on, people have commented around, you've
Yeah.
probably seen it yourself. Is it fair to say there's a perception that he biased to certain teams? I'm not saying that you are, but is there a perception in the league that you may be biased towards?
I don't think so. I think if you were to ask the teams, I'm one of these sort of people where you look after me, I'll look after you. If someone's tidy with me, I'll be tidy with you. I've done favours with people. Like I said, I'm not a fan of like finding people, taking people. It's more work for me, sort of thing. So I won't go out looking for things. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't pick on any certain teams. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I get on with all the big teams in Division 1. I speak regularly to a lot of boys. So when the representative team comes around, so I got involved with that. Jeff Evans was running it, but unfortunately, when you got for example, Jeff Evans running it, Des was running it before, Andrew Norman was running it before. You'd say, like you were saying earlier, like maybe like Jeff Evans running it, more compressed players would be in there, sort of thing. So when I came in, I was just like, look, I want to try and keep it as neutral as possible. So there's like more of a committee now. So it's myself, Lee Jones from CRC, Di Pridmore from Roxburgh. I brought Mansell in because Tim sort of stepped aside. Mansell's now a neutral, so obviously he does go and watch a lot of games, to be fair. And just do it like that. So I like to try and stay as neutral as possible. So when decisions are made, so if like for example Saints, they do something and they're in front of the committee, I'll be there like taking notes because I have to be, but I don't actually make a decision. The committee make the decision, or the match case committee make a decision, because my job is to stay neutral for everybody, so it doesn't want to, I don't want to feel like Saints to feel alienated because they think I've made a decision. Everybody thinks I am like a judge, jury, and executioner. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm just a facilitator. I'm a facilitator, so I run the league and I sort of oversee everything. Okay. But I just sort of like move things around. So if obviously the committee makes a decision about Saints, I'll communicate that decision to Saints, and that's why I've always felt like having a good relationship with each secretary or each manager is thing, because then it's better for me to speak to Fender and say, look, Steve, here's your decision. Steve will give me a ring and I'll explain that decision, but from a neutral point of view. And I want that to be the case, because I'll say, I won't say, well, I think this or I think that, but it's better coming from me, and I'll say, well, I can give a balanced view then. I say, look, Steve, well, to be fair, you did do this, but then you didn't do that. You know what I mean? And I try and do it like that. So I know some people feel like that, you know what I mean? But
it's because you've tried to take it, like we talked about earlier, about taking it to the new age, and you're the one that's on Twitter, and you're the one that's on Facebook. Whether and even these people, I'm quite sure they're not stupid enough to know that you aren't making all the decisions on your own. You're just the one that they got to. Someone got to be the lightning rod, haven't they? Someone got to be the one that they aim the fucking victory on.
Exactly. I mean, some people haven't even spoke to me yet. They've obviously had to go me on Twitter, had to go me on Facebook, created pictures, whatever. Like I said, I'm just an easy target. That's the downfall. It's like I'm trying to be out there. I am like the face of the league. I am the head, the head of the league. I'm the one that communicates all the decisions. So in some sense, it's good that you've got a go-to person. Right, that league is run by that person. I want to go to that person. But then on the flip side of things, it's like things don't go so well, you get shit. So obviously,
But if she to have like thick skin, like
Well, like I said, even if I don't, obviously you don't show the
No, of course
it
not.
does piss me off, because if it's justified, it's justified. I mean, the shit I had a couple of weeks ago where when Ken Wright ref the Penang West End game, Penang Ulsters game, I had unbelievable shit for that. It's like I know my justification is Ken is a senior ref. He's a good ref. He's been ref for 53 years.
I would tend to disagree with you on the good ref, but
he's a senior ref. You know what I mean?
He's a senior ref,
and obviously Ken's been around the mill. He knows a lot of refs. So obviously I assigned the refs to the games. I don't assign a ref to a game thinking that thing, but whenever a ref has a bad game, it's like obviously it's my fault. It's like, well, no, not really. You know what I mean? Obviously, but
and obviously with the situation that, like I say, I wasn't at either game, but I know there was a situation with the Penland Monsters game. You're not there, so how can you judge on what happened or didn't happen in that game?
Exactly. It's like and it's like, I'm not saying people, but two different people tell a story. There's three sides of every story. One person, the other person, and the truth. So I'm not saying people are bullshitting, but there's always different perspectives on a story, isn't it? So it's like, oh, blah 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 blah. It was all Saints' fault. Oh no, it was all Ragged's fault. So a lot of the time you don't know. Like I don't
my
like.
missus always says, don't believe nothing that you hear and only half what you see.
Exactly.
Don't take second-hand fucking comments, you know.
And again, you know,
unless you see it with your own fucking eyes.
people a lot of the time people ring me and they text me similar to like Paddy on that New Year's Eve. They do it because they're frustrated, they're missing,
passionate,
and they want, and they do it. The Swansea League does mean a lot to a lot of people, you know. Like, you know, for example, you know, after the Penn West Ham game, Chris Way, but he sent me a message, you know, tidy enough, no problem, and you can tell the guy's passionate about the Swansea League, and that's good. So obviously it's just a case of
that was 3 sendings off, was it?
4.
4 sendings off.
Chris got sent off, I believe, after the match, I think.
Fuck.
So, you know, he sent me a message, and then it's a case of, look, a lot of the time they just want to vent, so they're not particularly messaging you have a go at me, they're frustrated, and they just want to sort of like vent that out. So I'll have a chat with them and say, look, you know, calm down, you know, this, that, the other, you know, sort of explain. And the people are generally tidy.
Of course they are.
Not a lot of people in this league hold grudges. I generally get on with most people.
It must be tough because I don't know how referees go through the system. And maybe we're going to explain, you know, how it goes from start to finish. The referees, look at Premier League referees. Premier League referees are called cunts week in, week out.
Yeah.
And they've got to be the best referees in the country.
Yeah.
Right? So at local league level, they're still gonna get called cunts.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
gonna get called cunts in the Welsh league.
Yeah.
They're gonna get, because like yourself, they're putting themselves out there in the middle and they're easy to blame.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
certain things. So I'm not defending them because I was the world's fucking worst when it came to referees. Most of my sendings off was for gobbing the referee or being trying the pitch. So, you know, but some of the referees you know, how do you choose the standard is what I'm getting at. Who refs first division, who refs second division, who refs third division.
I think it goes by number. I don't think we got enough to say.
No,
first, second, third division.
So I only took over. So back Jeff Cadwalder, Saints man, fixture secretary, used to do the refs. Back start last season, Jeff decided, you know, he's got a lot on. He works in Morrison's and stuff. He's got a lot going on in the fixture. To be fair with him, he does a cracking job. And he decided to give up the refs. So we appointed, obviously you know Mike Burt.
Bertie.
Oh, fuck me,
So originally, start of last season.
There's a character now.
Start of last season.
Can't lawn on it.
Start of last season.
Oh, yeah, Yanni. Yeah, because I don't know whether it's Laura or Yanni.
Yeah, Yanni, I think, yeah. So we appointed Mike as like as a referee sort of appointments officer. He gave an hell of a speech in the
I can imagine.
He's a right character.
Brilliant. I like
There's
that.
another one of funny.
I saw there's something about FIFA. I'm sure some of the guys will tell you, right? It was hilarious, boys, right? It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mike obviously struggled a bit with his health, so obviously he stepped down, so he couldn't do it. So obviously in the interim, I used to do the referees' appointments with the West Wales Youth League, so I took him over. And I'm unfortunately still doing them now, you know, with everything that's going on with the Swansea League, so I'm snowed under, this, that, the other. So the way I try and do it like as fairly as possible. So an example of now, right, is the cup finals in the Liberty Stadium, right? So I brought it online, but the Swansea League have always done this bulletin thing. It's a piece of paper, and on it, it's got all the fixtures on it, and referees next to it, and they've sent it out to clubs at the start of each, like 2 weeks before each month, right?
I've seen them, yeah.
But the problem you've got with that is, like, if I put Paddy Cullen down to ref a match in 6 weeks' time, which is the next month and the last day of that month, right, a lot can change in 6 weeks. And chances are, if you're a guy...
Well, definitely cheat if it...
Di Pridmore look at the sheet and you say, right, Paddy Cullen's down to ref me today, but he had that sheet 6 weeks ago, so it's all changed. So I took away the refs from that and decided to do it like an online thing. So it's like a real-time document on a website. So if you go onto our website right now, that is a picture of what those referees are reffing, you know, at that particular time. So for the cup final, I try and do it like logically to try and be fair. So there's 4 games, 4 refs for each game, 16 refs now that are reffing in the Liberty Stadium on Saturday.
Because you're going with like the 4th official.
Yeah. So obviously on this website, you put a ref for a particular game, and obviously it gives you statistics. And it'll tell you how many games that ref has done for you in the season. So what I did is I took the 16 refs who've done the most games for me in the season. No fucking about. No, he's a favourite, he's not a favourite, I don't like him. Regardless of who they are, I probably didn't even look at the names. Right, these 16 have been my most loyal refs. They've done the most games for me. They've done in the freezing cold. They've done Sunday games, Saturday games. They've done 3 on a Saturday for me. These are the 16 refs that are going to be you know, my refs for the cup final, obviously put a couple of noses out of joint, but it's the fairest way to do it. I mean, I'm trying to look after these refs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, you know,
there's got to be something at the end of it for them, because otherwise they're just going out every week.
Exactly, you know. So obviously it makes sense. The ones who've done the most games for me are going to be the refs I use.
I suppose it must be nice for the ref to ref at the Liberty.
Oh fuck yeah!
Because some of the refs do love being refs. Like, to me, I don't think you should even know the ref's name.
No.
Like, I done it, like you say about that camera, like, you shouldn't even
That's
know.
why I always call him a cunt.
Yeah, you
shouldn't.
I hate the fact when they like Sky Sports have Jeff Winter in the studio and all that. Pisses me off. Shouldn't even know the ref's
exactly.
name. And loads of times we go down the stadium and someone will say to me, fucking hell, we got Mike Dean reffing. I'm like, why are you such a fucking gimp? Why are you telling me who the ref is?
Well, Mike Dean's an also.
But why you shouldn't even know who the refs are, like, you know what I mean?
Exactly, and they're not out of those, you know, at the end of the day, it's you know, like, obviously the West End players, Penland players, they're all proud as fuck to be going out, playing down.
Of course they are, yeah.
Especially the kids, the 15s and 16s.
Who's reffing that game?
Which one?
Head right, is it?
No.
Oh, he's going to say fucking hell.
No. I'll tell you what, the refs, no problem. So obviously of those 16s then I can say, right, I feel he's had a good season, you know, because they all get assessed, mind.
Yeah.
So obviously what people think is that the referees are actually nothing to do with the Swansea League apart from we appoint them the games, right? So there's a referees officer who is responsible for referees. So he's a West Wales referees officer. Rees, his name is, tidy bloke, and the West Wales, they are responsible for referees. So if Paddy gets sent off on a Saturday, that referee goes straight to the West Wales referees officer, or the referee, the West Wales, and reports Paddy Cullen got sent off. There's my report. Paddy punched someone in the face, blah blah blah. I didn't even see it. I didn't even see that report.
It's too quick, mate. Too quick.
Yeah. So then when I got someone on the phone and screaming about when my band stopped, I haven't actually seen this report. I don't know what's going on. The ref goes straight to these things. So the way I try to do it is I try and be fair with the refs. So obviously Division 1 games. So the referees get assessed and they have like an average mark out of 10. So what I try to do is try and sort of like keep one eye on those marks of a referee is doing well. So they're all graded into grades, so like 3A, 3B, 4A, 4A. So the more qualified refs with the highest sort of average score when they're assessed, I tend to give the bigger games, right? So it's
which is a common sense.
Yeah,
it's a common sense, logical approach. So I don't just put like, you know, random as whatever. I try not to, but sometimes it happens where you know, someone drops out 15 minutes before and I have to put someone in. So it's not a perfect system. It's not a flawless system, but I do try and obviously have a little bit of sense of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like for example, the Penland West End game, big heated game, even though maybe one of the youngsters is having good marks, 8.3 or out of 10 or whatever, that doesn't mean that youngster can handle it. Sometimes it might be a case of, well, Penland West End, do I want someone to ref it by the book? Because if they refed it by the book, you'd probably be abandoned for, you know, 10 or 20%.
You've got to take into account that it is local league.
Exactly. So I try and think to myself, right, so I've got to balance it out with, right, who do I think, you know, so Alan Grays, you Ken Wrights at the time, you know, these people have refed in local league, they know the score, they're experienced, they know the players, I want these sort of people to be doing it. So the first game, Penland West End, Alan Gray did it, second game, Ken Wright did it. So then the third time I thought, well, I'll mix it up then. You know, obviously, you know, thing. So I went with my ref, Ben Sutcliffe, who's a student, 18 years old, from Cheshire. I thought, well, let's change it up and let's try something different. It's all trial and error. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say I got all the answers. Let's give Ben the game. You know, he's 18, he's from Cheshire. He don't know Rory Smitham, he don't know Dale Lawton, he don't know what Dale Lawton's like getting wound up, he don't know that, you know, this, that, the other. Let him just ref the game for what it is. Yeah. If someone punches someone in the face,
he gets sent off
regardless of who they are. And that was I think the Open Cup semi-final when Penland and West End beat them. So, you know, it's all try and error. I'm only doing it temporary. I don't try and pretend I'm perfect with it, but I do try and utilise a system. So when it comes to referees, obviously not all games have referees. So cup matches take precedence before anything. So if there's a cup match of any sort on for a first team, that match takes precedent. Then it's Division 1, then it's Division 2, then it's Division 3. So it goes down a sliding scale, but obviously that changes where, if for example, you know, there's a first team game down South Gower and that is the only game down South Gower. But then Landor are playing up Ticano and there's like 2 other games, well, do I maximise it? So I think, well, I can actually, Lee Hutchins can do 3 games in a row for me down Ticano. If he does Landor in Division 3, but actually if I send him down to South Gower in Division 2, it's a higher standard, but he's only doing 1 game. So I'm trying to cover the most amount of people, regardless of the standard that I possibly can, and at the same time, keep the Corinthian section covered, because they're not like they're not a poor part of the Swansea Senior League. The Corinthian section under 15s and 16s are part of the Swansea League as much as as Penlan and Saints are. So it's
well, if we played Senior League in the Swansea Senior League, it's played through the Junior League as well.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's about keeping that happy medium. But like I said, people come on to me, they have a go at me and stuff because I'm there. I'm the sort of head of the organisation. Obviously,
someone's got to take the shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I don't mind taking the shit as long as it's justified. So like when I'm being had a go at for like pitches, for example, the state of the pitches, it's like that's nothing to do with ask Swansea Council.
Yeah, but it's typical of like no one ever phones to say well done. No one ever phones up and says fuck well done for the pasties I'm in a new with.
Yeah.
And the San Pellegrino, it's amazing.
Let me tell you, genuinely, before there was Facebook, before there was the fucking internet, right? They didn't slag you for the games being called off. They just said the fucking parkies.
Yeah,
that's
he
what
loves
they
he loves the Six Nations.
Exactly. That was the
for
go-to
years,
phrase.
For years, I thought Jonathan Davis was doing the parks.
Yeah.
Because that's all you ever fucking
The
heard.
fucking parkies was.
Shelley loves this one. Parkies loves the Six Nations.
The comments on it stayed chill.
Mate, come on, chill. That's nonsense. It's got to be nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
They ain't going to call it all off just because Scotland are
what's happened now is the go-to now is not the parkies, it's fucking JaImie Elias. He's been over to Cannell with his fork and he's fucking called it off the Kent.
And it's all about the way I look at things is as long as you've got an actual human being running a certain section rather than a machine, then it's always beneficial to develop relationships with people. So my main thing in the last sort of year and a half is developing a good relationship with the council. So I have people like Matthew Bolt, West End boy. Do you know Matthew?
Yeah, he's a boxer, isn't he?
Yeah, I didn't know.
He's one of the area managers of the council, real top boy. Like I've invited him and a load of his mates.
He was the boy that was in the documentary with Adam Farrell.
That's it. Yeah. I worked with his
down to the Swansea League finals. Bit of food and stuff. Him and the council boys. So the boys who work in the parks and manage there within Ticano.
Oh, that's a nice touch. Yeah,
good developing a relationship with these people because. Obviously, in the last year and a half, it's gone from nothing. Because at the end of the day, the council can charge us what they fucking want for the pitch. So at the moment, it's 52 quid a permit. But if the council turn around and say, "Well, Swansea League, I'm going to charge you 60 quid," Comanche, it's 105 quid a permit.
Fuck
what?
Yeah. Certain councils.
Is that for one game?
Yeah, certain councils have been smashing their price out. Swansea Council have actually sort of kept it at a reasonable price. And develop a relationship with these boys. Don't argue at all.
What's the Carmarthenshire League looking like in strength of numbers, teams and divisions?
Carmarthenshire League and Pembrokeshire League and Leith League work a bit differently to ours. Like we
are
have.
They got the same size.
Well, they have their reserve teams mixed in with the same leagues, so it's all like.
It's A. It's like it would be like
A and B.
And A.
So we have separate divisions for first team, separate divisions for second teams, and then we have like different kick-off times, and those teams are separate. Like Lacca Rovers A and Lacca Rovers B. Lacca Rovers maybe in the top division. Lacca Rovers are in the second division or the third division, but they play at the same time.
Yeah.
And
could they, in theory, play against each other in cup games and stuff?
No, it's not. So it's not really allowed. So there has to be there has to be a gap in division. So a good couple of years ago, West End first team got promoted to the Welsh League, didn't they? And then West End's second team were in the Swansea League, and they were getting sort of promoted through. And then they won Division 2, but no reserve team of a Welsh League team is allowed to play in the top division of a league because, say for example, Saints now decided they want to go Welsh League. If Saints were pipped to the league title by West End reserves, and West End were getting relegated, then that could actually help West End stay in the league. It's a complicated system, but they don't allow that, so there has to be a bit of a gap. So with the Comanche leagues and Leith leagues, they tend to play like, especially Comanche, like Division 1, 2, 3, 4. But, like I said, a lot of people have a go about the strength of the other leagues. Like, Swansea League Division 1, I'm obviously biased saying this, is the best league in West Wales. We've got the best players, we've got the best teams. It's a very competitive league. It's more competitive now than it's been for years. You've got like, you know, your Penlands, your West Ends, your Malsters, you know, like challenging up there, cracking teams. But then you've got Anastawi, Kilvey, CRC, Pencloud. No teams in that league.
This cunt out by the time we
He didn't even mention the Saints.
Obviously Saints as well.
No, I like to think he was getting
Yeah,
and you don't mention the Saints. You mention Oxford.
Then you got Albion, Union, and then you got Saints.
fucking CRC before Saints.
Yeah.
Jones got fucked
Yeah.
off as well.
So you know it is a cracking standard, you know, and there's a fun fact. Like only twice in the last 70 years has there not been a Swansea League team in the West Wales Cup final.
But even then, like the other West Wales teams seem to be on a bit of a run. Was it Goodwick one? So Goodwick one.
What it seems to be with those leagues is
they'll
that
have one side.
they'll have one dominating side.
Everyone goes
Yeah,
for
so
that one
Pembrokeshire's probably a bit, you know, like I said. So Pembrokeshire got like Hakin, Goodwick, you know, even those sorts of teams. Merlin's Bridge.
Merlin's Bridge. I went to watch Oxford against Merlin's Bridge a few years
They're
ago.
tiny teams. Like Carmarthenshire will have like Bulk, who just lost to Penlan semis. You know, Trostra, maybe Lacher, that sort of level. You know, that's it. Neath have got Estraganice. Giants Grave have always been a tiny team.
Giants Grave tucked us up. The Giants Grave with the cunts made us walk over the hill. Remember that?
Was that like?
Oh my
Was
word!
they
They tucked us
pitched
right up.
like Twin Town, like on
over a bridge.
We went up there on a bus.
Pissed off.
Oh fuck me! We went up there on a bus. It fucking pulls in, and it's like it is rough as fuck about right? I was in the change rooms, be our lads. Fucking we gets changed. It's about 2003 as well, something like that. Comes out to the change room. Yeah, boys, just walk up there now. And the pitch on the other side. Oh, we had to walk up Kilvale.
Yeah.
We walked for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You come down the other side, you fucking sliding down the bank on the way to the pitch. The cunts are coming round in their cars. They didn't say to us, oh boys, if you've got to drive round the fucking corner, we walked over the fucking hill.
We got the fucking base camp in Everest before fucking playing, didn't we? It was murders. One of the boys, he died of hypothermia.
We lost 1-0 up there as well.
So with these leagues, I think what these leagues tend to do, I think, not so much, it might happen naturally, is like, you know, if you're a good player in the Comanche League, you probably tend to gravitate more towards maybe a Goodwick or an Estraganice or on the best players of the league would probably congregate in one club. But it's so tribal in the Swansea League that it doesn't always happen like that. I mean, you know, you probably never have Paddy playing for West End or Malsters.
Just waiting for the call,
do you know what I mean?
You go there,
do you know what I mean? Like a lot of the time it's very tribal. So
I do find West End was always the where that would happen. West End have like always picked players from all over.
In our generation, it was the boys who were the best in these sides would gravitate to West End and no one else. I wouldn't go from the Saints and sign for Malsters or sign for Mansell, and he would have been that age. But there was a chance that I would have gone to West End because that would have been sort of like going to win trophies.
Sort of side.
Well, what I found, it was the biggest council estate in Wales, isn't it? Maybe second. So it was a non-stop conveyor belt of footballers.
You can imagine.
If you can imagine, like it's non-stop Town Hill boys. The nucleus of West End would be Town Hill boys. Like yes, it changed. Like you'd have Cameron Medwin, outstanding footballer, like great sweeper. Nigel Hall, I don't use Town Hill, but Nigel Hall was a West End boy, great footballer.
Well, Davo was a proper West End.
But then I was going to say, around them, you've got probably the best centre half.
He was the best.
Best centre half of our generation was Darryl Brain. Also then, up front then, you probably have an argument for probably one of the best players, full stop in our generation, probably be Bessie, simply because...
Bessie is in who plays for them now,
This is
still the same guy.
I mean, Bessie's like 2 years old. He's like Paddy's.
No, he's a bit older than me.
So Bessie was young. See, when we were young, like say Bessie was... I would have been 16 coming in, so Bessie may have been 21. Right? Yeah. So Bessie's still a kid.
So the way he was running around against Penlan,
this is my actual argument. Don't get me wrong, I'm biased as fuck. Like, if you put in a centre forward in, I'm gonna fucking try and sneak JaImie Breen in. He's fucking godfather, my fucking daughter, and my best mate since I was 11. And he fucking scores 70 goals a year. I think he holds the record.
Colin, let's have it off. Like I said, I don't know much about Swansea League, but I want your best ever 11. I want your best.
Well, we've
ever
talked
11.
about this.
Yeah.
I thought that you may ask me that question.
Yeah.
Let me just finish with the Bessie thing first. Like,
Let me get another beer.
Like you're saying,
I mean, need another beer to get through
Bessie. Probably, like I said, best centre half I was Davil Brain.
Yeah.
Outstanding, fucking big, strong, dominant. Could be an audible cunt if he wanted.
Yeah.
But a great player. And like Bessie, simply my argument probably with Bessie now is simply because he's what he's doing now, this fucking year.
And he's like 40,
this year, right? This year,
yeah.
he's winning the fucking league, right? There's a fair chance he can do the double, there's a fair chance he can do the treble. This is after, I think he knocked fucking on the head for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So like he was absolutely incredible playing up front with a boy called Socky.
So he's a striker then, was he? Because obviously
He was
he seems to play
striker,
centre mid now.
drop back.
Yeah.
You're centre forward.
He could be fucking dirty, broke Cobley's leg in the fucking final down a vetch. Like Cobley was off fucking crutches 6 months, snapped his leg in the fucking second minute. Cobley's first game in the first team, he had a couple of, first game.
He was playing instead of me, because I done my groin in the senior cup against Farmers on the vetch. I done my groin actually in work. I still played in the senior cup final, they had to take me off because I was fucked. And then I was the Open Cup, it was one way or the other. Open Cup final was the week after against West End, and Cobley was playing left back instead of me.
Yeah.
And Bessie bust his leg. It was just, tackly.
I was dirty as fuck, but what
I didn't see it, I was in the fucking bar.
Like I say, we talked about a team. We said this to me in a week.
We said, there was I thought you would ask.
Yeah.
And it's not something I haven't considered in the past, because it's like you said with the Senior League Forum and all this that they had in the past. And then I think there was, going back about a year ago, there was people putting it all over Facebook and they were picking their favourite players in positions. And I was like, do you know, that stuff makes me cringe. It's not because I'm afraid to pick my 11, it's because I'm afraid to leave people out that I respect.
And
you know what I mean? It's not even that. Like I'd be very biased Saints, so the only way I could do it was I'd have to pick my best Saints 11, and then I'd have to pick my best Senior League 47. Do you know what I mean? I could just list off names to you of boys I played against.
Well, that's what I respect. That's what I'd rather.
You go on.
I'd go back. So if we went back to probably the greatest player I think who's ever played in the Swansea League, obviously we can't go right back. It was a fella called George Chinaglia, who played in the Swansea League for a bit. I think for Boys Club, but he went on to play for the Swans, went on to play for Lazio, went on to play for the New York Cosmos with Pele. Such a big-headed cunt.
Yeah.
Pele had his own office in the Cosmos Stadium, and Chinaglia said, "Why haven't I got one of them?"
Are you
If you watch the documentary Once in a Lifetime, the New York Cosmos, Chinaglia is in there.
And I got tagged in it the week after you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Someone sent me a link to a newspaper, or there was some sort of fucking article online about it.
Yeah.
And it went on for ages, and it was basically his story.
Yeah.
And I read through it, it was really interesting. Well done.
Brilliant, fucking brilliant. So then, like the years past, you'd have people I remember would be like Fender for Monsters, Di Fender.
I never played against Di Fender.
Michael Carroll, a guy.
No, you're talking Sean Carroll.
Sean Carroll, sorry, not Michael Carroll. The reason I didn't remember Sean Carroll, it was the first big funeral I went to. Sean Carroll was like
it was a year before I think.
Sean Carroll was like a 16, 17 stone man, massive, playing first team for the Saints and the Monsters, legend and then 2 clubs. As big as he was, hell of a player, like absolutely fucking unbelievable.
Like Jan Malby, is this?
Similar sort of thing, but died quite young.
Yeah.
And that was the first funeral I went to, was about a 16, 17-year-old that the whole city stopped, like, you know, fucking hell. Monsters boys chucked the chair through the partner's window in town. It was like one of them where it was fucking Wally Pop, I moved mention, Jaffa Ash going back our way as a centre forward. Probably the best player to ever play Swansea League I've heard is a guy called Jippo, Steve Williams, mate of our father, simply because he went from there's clippings of him in the Sun in like 69, 70 saying the best talent since Jimmy Greaves. There's photos of him walking around holding remember the Charlie George winner? And the Arsenal won a double. It's him and Liam Brady walking around the pitch carrying the cup when he was like in the under-19 sort of thing. But he was a fucking hot-headed cunt. He was fucking wild. He's absolutely mad. Like, he's playing for Bristol City on a fucking Saturday afternoon. Had murders with the manager. Chucked his tea over the manager. Come back the next week, signed for 1 win. Right? So, and then he plays for West End then.
Yeah.
And like people like, he goes up the Fairfield now, people like Brian Cullen, Tony Neath and all them. The place shuts down like
exactly.
different
yeah,
level.
like
Quality,
yeah. Well, it's
because I heard Rory Smithham's father was probably one of the
Donny, we
yeah,
go on to Donny because he played
yeah.
18 generation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you go back that far back, Brian Cullen and all them say Chippo was the best fucking. Chippo would have it off the keeper and would knock it 80 yards without even thinking about it. Like you know, as Ryan said, his levels to everything.
His levels, and he was levels above.
Yeah. You know, his father died in trench.
It was a car crash or something that was involved, I think.
The father was going to watch him play
football.
football.
Chippo play
when
he was a pro, and it was a car crash, and I think it affected him, you know. And
he wasn't seeing.
There's some story there.
Yeah,
I don't want to try and tell a story.
He should never be playing Swansea League football, but he was. Yeah. So that in that case,
he was miles ahead.
He was miles ahead of everyone. So you're going to say fucking one of the greatest ever. He'd be up there, I think. Like a lot of Morriston people would probably, and Anastasia and all that, would probably be sucked off because I don't know or see enough of that side of the.
Amsi Arditch played. Locally.
Really?
I think so.
Because Town were
definitely played youth.
Town were tired. Morrison Town used to play really tidy standard, didn't they?
Well, they played well.
Yeah, well,
Roselli played well.
They were like Roselli and Nelly.
Yeah.
I'd obviously say Nelly because he came to the Saints Division 3 and Division 4 maybe, went all the way up the divisions. And like Nelly's son was pulling, not everyone in Swansea would know him, like the youngsters would never heard of it. But he's a great player now, to this day. Like, he's one of them players who played with Swans, all that. The only one over that side of the area was, remember that Hoppy played for, was it CRC or Brunel or one of them?
Yeah, he went to Winchwen then in the end.
Yeah, now he was a player who always stood out for me whenever he went that way. And I think, is it Leos, is it?
But, well, Uzi played with me, and Uzi was my age. And he didn't play, I think he played for like Birch Grove or someone random like that. Yeah. Like, you know the team who'd stick about fucking... Because I played in such a dominant Saints side, we'd go in and beat them like 10-0. But Uzi was always a good footballer. And in the under-16s, Uzi came to us and was in our under-16 side that won the fucking lot. So Uzi was always a good footballer. And then Uzi then, he went to Winchwen, didn't he?
Yeah,
he was playing through Winchwen.
And he won the league.
And then he came to West End.
Yeah.
Uzi was a good footballer. He didn't like to run, but that shows you how to build. So you've got ability if you don't have to run.
So with like I said, with West End, Darvo was outstanding. Cameron Edwin, Bessie, Sucky.
Yeah.
Mansell, that always impressed me. Mansell
with the Mance, what you've got to remember is, Mance, show me one more player that maybe more decorated than Richard Mansell.
Do you think so? Yeah.
Really? Well, you've got to think that he was in the
West Wales.
He was in the first team at West End when he was about 18.
Yeah.
And then played all the way through at West End. Then he went to Winchwen and won there. And then he retired, came back, and came through the leagues with West End now. Yeah. He's still won trophies with them. I watched him in a final down. They played the West End seconds played Roxburgh seconds in Landor last year, and it was a very tight game. Yeah. And then they took I don't know who they took off, but they brought Wayne Jones on and Richard Mansell and changed the game and dominated from there. You know,
Wayne Jones is something. Wayne Jones is a great player.
If I could take a shot at it, I was lucky enough to play against Donny one time. I told the story I think on here before.
Yeah, I did that one. Yeah.
And he was brilliant. You know, I had played against Donny for 90 minutes and he left an impression on me like about how good he was in that 90 minutes because we was up against each other. Never played against, I think he fucking retired. He must have been about fucking 45 and I was like 16 or some shit. Exactly. Like, and well, that's the way it seemed anyway. And he left that lasting impression on me that he would be one of the first names on my fucking list of people that I played against. Obviously, we've mentioned Neil Phillips on here.
I was just about to say Neil.
Like Neil Phillips didn't play all the way through senior league because he was playing
higher standard. That's how he was first on the list.
He was higher standard. But I knew Neil as a kid. He was one of my favourite footballers to ever watch and play. And obviously we mates and we get on anyway. So, but I always had a lot of respect for Neil. Wayne Jones, the same. If I had to pick a side and you were asking me, Dav O'Brien, Wayne Jones, Neil Phillips, they're in the team.
Neil's a quality boy.
I said Neil would be first on my list. But to me, I didn't see enough of him in local. No, he was always higher standard. Yeah. Quite rightly so. Like I told him, Neil can do more keep-ups with a fucking tangerine than I can do with a football, which is fucking scary, like, you know what I mean? And plus as well, when he played for Ashley, he shouted out Eddie May's wife's a lesbian in the shower. His own manager, which to me puts you on legendary status.
I didn't really know Neil that much, but obviously we used to think I've been active on Twitter quite a bit. One day I had a tournament to play football, so I chucked down and anyone fancy a game, and Neil come back, yeah, message me, I'll have a game. I didn't realise he fucking showed up for my team. I was fucking buzzing. I was fucking scoring goals left, right and centre.
It's fucking tremendous.
Yeah, it was fucking superb.
You know, going back, like I was lucky to come in there, like say, with that West End side, which was fucking amazing. Nicky McCannell at the back. John Meacock was right back.
John still plays now, doesn't he?
But John, we're at with John. Same thing as with Neil. Meeks only played a couple of years really when he was young, and then he went to Goitra. He played at Goitra for like fucking 10 years or something. But Meacock was a fucking great player. I played against Cameron Medwin and Davo in that side. Cliffy Evans in goals, another fucking legend. You know what I mean? You can't fucking leave him out. Stephen Fulford. You know, you had Suki, who I played at the Turks with as well, and his brother was a good footballer as well. Bessie, fucking, and then obviously a lot of people attracted to West End. So like there was boys like they may not even get forgotten about. But like I played against Lee Starter, and he was a Dunlop boy, and he was their best player, and he went to West End. Now he's a fucking nightmare for me to mark because I'm 5'11" and fucking 11 stone, and the guy was like 6'4". Yeah. I always had hard work with him, like trying to deal with him. Chris Butley played for them, who I always fucking liked and rated. You know, Ragged. Ian Lynch was always a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Right, because...
As in, right, he was the equivalent of Frank Lampard back then.
Ian
Lynch, he wouldn't do nothing.
He just cheated all game. He cheated all game and he scored important goals.
30 goals a year, like, from midfield.
And on top of that, you always admit, well, I always had murders with him. Fucking murders with him, right?
He was a nightmare,
He was a fucking nightmare. Now, like I say, off the pitch, me and Ian always got on like house on fire. He lives not up the road from here, so I see him regularly walking his dogs and that. Yeah. So I talk to Ian all the time. But he was a fucking nightmare on the pitch and I hated him, right? So, but another one I directed, they had two boys, do you remember the Turks they had playing for
Mate, worst fucking day of my life.
Yeah.
When we was in a final down St Helens, and I told the story before, week before we played them on a Monday night. Two good second teams. We drew 2-2. I thought, this final down here is going to be good. Not only that, we got a fucking chance, like, you know what I mean? Turns up, gets on the pitch. This guy he plays, don't even know his full name. The Turk, that's all we know him as the Turk, right?
Literally, they was just the brothers, they were just known as the Turk.
Absolutely fucking murdered me from the first minute, like, couldn't get near him, all my hands up, just better player, sometimes plays better than him. You can't get near him to kick the cunt. Never mind anything else. They
were playing below themselves. The rumour was at that time, I don't know how much truth was in it, the rumour was at that time they were getting fucking weighed in.
That's right, I mean? Yeah.
You know, they had Lee Griffin as a right back, who I like. Dario was full of left back.
Griffin still plays.
He's still involved.
In later years then, and I know boys rated, it was just after I sort of finished when Graham Dutton went in a centre
Graham
and really sort of took
JaImie
over there.
Green
JaImie Green says, you know, so I respect Jamie's opinion.
My son and Graham's son both played for Penn together in the same class together, and I speak to Graham quite a bit. Real sound guy, like go football.
Yeah.
Well, we was talking about this the other day, weren't we? Oh no, I won't tell you. I think I was telling Mark McGrady. I marked Graham Dutton for Kilvey seconds. Kilvey seconds must not have had a game. Graham Dutton played in the middle of the park. I marked him. Graham Dutton will not remember this game, right? He won't, right? Because it's Kilvey seconds. Yeah. But I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, this cunt is in the first team every week. Yeah. I'm to fucking see how good I am, like, right? As one of them games, you can't put a foot wrong. Even when he moves the ball 30 yards, it goes through winger, right? It's one of them games where I'm coming off the pitch, right, thinking, fucking hell, this is easy. Yeah. But what I'm thinking as well is, Graham doesn't think of a fuck about that game. He's playing Kelly seconds. He couldn't give a shit. Yeah. 6 years later, Dutton's dropped back to centre half for Ragged, and JaImie Green says to this day he's the best centre half.
He was a great stopper, Graham. He was the same age as me coming up, but he played for Treborth, I think, coming up, and we didn't really, you know, he wasn't in the sort of the schoolboys or anything like that, so I didn't really get with him. But I think he was one of them matured as he got older, got better.
Yeah, he still plays now, doesn't he? He still plays. So Ragged him and John Clark.
Yeah, Clark.
I think they play centre half. John Cornelius runs a West Wales team, so we got a Swansea League team, Comanche League team, but John runs the overall West Wales team with myself. And obviously he was still picking Graham Dutton and John Clark up until like 3-4 years ago. Because it's like, you know you can rely on, can't you? You know what I mean?
We know, like, Spider as well, Ragan was a great player.
Yeah, well, I was lucky enough. I don't know if lucky enough is the right fucking word because I had to deal with the prick a lot of times. But you know, Spider was a fucking fantastic footballer. Richie Page the same. I rated the two of them. And they were proper small centre forwards. You know what I mean? Busy as fuck, and you know that first touch. You know, especially at that level where there's all terrible pitches, they both had great touches, you know what I mean? They just bring the ball down and they made it hard for you. I like Spider a lot and same with Page as well.
Richie Page Sean Cockman managed to get him to sign the Saints and he was one of the instrumental reasons we went from fucking Division 4 to Division 1 because even at the age he was fucking quality. Like, even going up to in our generation, the Blind the Mice boys, the original ones. Wattle stood out because Wattle was excellent as a kid. Craig Allen. I always remember Danny Meredith on the right wing. Audible ginger cut.
Danny played in the centre and Robbie played on the right.
Right.
Because that's how I had so much trouble with Robbie Meredith.
Oh, mate, he was a fucking nightmare.
Pain in the arse he
but
was.
Characters of the Swansea League, like, no one remember, like, Box would be in the middle of the park with Wattle. And who knows who'd be going up there and he'd be having a fucking game. Like,
me and Robbie Meredith. Every single time I was playing against Robbie Meredith when I was playing left back, he was playing with midfield. It was just constant. From first minute to last, kicking fucking lumps out of each other and being cunts to each other.
That's what you want, though, isn't it?
Well, Paddy, got any more names?
I got loads, like, go back to, mention Donny to me. Keita Murphy was very underrated. Tortured us one day down the bench against Treborth. I thought Keita was superb. Don't forget, a lot of these are forwards as well. How many centre-halves have we missed? Because no one...
Well, if I could list off some centre-halves. I tell you who Bonnie Mine had a couple of good centre-halves at the time. Mark Paddy and Gareth. You know what I'm talking about, Gareth Paddy and Mark Paddy.
Yeah.
They were both real big, strong centre-halves.
Woodsy in the middle of the park?
Woodsy.
I
actually don't know Woodsy last week. I did. You know, I put some poor tackles in my time. And I did one on Woodsy once, right? And I didn't mean it. It was another one, and that's why I always remember it.
Yeah.
We was playing up on my park. Actually, Paddy played. Do you remember that game you played?
I nearly broke Colin Green's leg.
Right.
I went for... go on.
We played a midweeker where we were short as fuck, right? And we were just dragging boys in, and we ended up with like 2 or 3 17, 13 boys in, and we played in Bunnymine and Bunnymine Park. And Bunnymine was a strong side, you know what I mean? You had Di James, you had Lee Johnson up front.
Well, a week later they went and beat West End down the
So Woodsy's in the centre of the park, you know, Mark Paddy's at the back, Gareth Paddy I think would have been there. Christian Edwards, I think the boy's name was, played full back. They had a good side in his own kind of. Lee Aaron may have been in goals at that time.
They won Division 1.
Yeah.
They won it,
they won Division 1.
So we played on Bunnymine Park and we had one of those games, didn't we?
Yeah.
Where we were short, but we were fucking outstanding. We had 11 men we played with, and I just remember the ball coming across me, right? And you know, it was one of them where I sort of got flat-footed, and as the ball gone across me, I didn't even know he was coming, and I've just stretched for the ball. And as I've stretched, I've lifted my leg, and he ran, and I caught him literally knee-high with a fucking tackle. And I knew Woodsy quite well, yeah. We were playing against each other. And we kicked fuck out each other, but that was naughty, like, you know what I mean? I caught him. Thankfully, he's a bandy fucker. I don't think he might be saying that. He sort of took it quite well. And he fucking had me by the fucking throat, like we was having like a proper ding-dong in the middle of the pitch. And I was trying to go like at him. Mark, sorry. No, normally I wouldn't apologise to no cunt like doing it. I was going, Mark, sorry, mate. Honestly, genuine. I didn't mean to catch you because it was a proper. As he come in, I caught him right across the knee, and I could have fucking hurt him. But I always remember that. But as it happens, when I went to the Swans Southampton game with my boy, I saw him, and me and him are standing in the fucking concourse at half time having a chat for 10 minutes. You know what I mean? That's the way it is.
That's what it's all about.
I nearly broke Colin Green's leg in the same game, which wouldn't have been so bad. We were on the same side. The ball was fucking bouncing. I've just flown into every tackle. Don't forget, I've come from the third team. They've ignored the second team, and Damien has just put me in fucking these bony mine who got West End. So I'm keen as fuck, like, but too keen. I nearly broke our fucking top scorer's leg. That was the fucking problem. Now I managed.
That was a good win. That was, mate. Yeah. That was one of those games we should never have won, and we won.
And over there as well, Julian Winston.
Julian, right?
Julian was playing with Harvard, wasn't he?
Yeah, monster.
when we played Winchwen, I've said this before, when we played Winchwen in a West Wales Cup final, I was supposed to play in the centre midfield, and then Ucky won well, and I had to go to the back, and I had to mark fucking Julian, and he tossed me around like a rag. He was just too big for me, like, you know.
Couple of people then who played higher standards.
Well, Lee Morgan was over there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I played against Muggy. Muggy was a fucking great player.
Muggy went higher then.
He went higher. He went fairly.
I always remember Nigel French played for Patena Colts against us.
Colts used to be a quality
Well,
side.
there was one game I played, right, against the Colts over Portena. I must have been 19, maybe 20. And they had in their side, right, no word of a lie, up front Mark Tracy, right, smashed me with an elbow, first 5 minutes of the game. Nigel Darling, who was ex-Swans in the centre of the park, with Frenchie and Mark Hartson. Right? They was all playing in the same fucking side. Do you know what I mean? That forlorn at that time.
Johnny Jones at the back, isn't it?
Johnny Jones at the back, right? They were
Steve
were
Williams,
really strong side, you know.
It was that game. It was the only time I've ever seen in Swansea League where the Jip always talking about earlier. He was our manager, like, and he pulled out centre forward. Davo was a big, strong, nasty fucker, and he said, "Mark that friend." Like he said, "Don't all I care about what I do today." Frenchie's unbelievable. He said, "Is mark him." And in all fairness to Davo didn't kick the ball all game, but he marked him out the game.
Yeah.
But they had 2 free kicks, and Frenchie scored them both from 30 yards.
Like,
drew 2 all, like, you know.
Yeah.
Davo actually done his job, but there's nothing he could do about them free kicks, and he let them in the fucking stanchion.
I tell you what I done that game. Nigel Darling was my boss, right, in Royal Mill, and I think I was playing left back. I say Tracy had come across first ball in the air. I worked with Mark Tracy as well. First ball up in the air and it's coming down my throat, and I can hear Tracy coming. He's like a ball and he's fucking belted me with an elbow, flattened me midweek. Got up my stake part. I can just get up and get on with it. About 5 minutes later, I get a ball and I've opened up now a bit of space, and Nigel Darling's come across, and I've gone on my left foot as if I'm going to play it up a line, and he sort of stretched over to stop the block. Oh, well, I rolled it through his legs, didn't I? And I round him, right?
Yeah, I bet that went
so
down.
I've run off with the ball. And I called it as well, megged him, and I run off with the ball, and I'm laughing to myself. And I thought, there's going to be fucking next tackle. Darling fucking clattered me, you know what I mean? It was like horrible cunt. So we didn't work the next day, and I was working right next to Mark Tracy. So we'd having a novel about the game. I think it was the 2-2 game that Paddy's talked about. And I see Nigel Darling coming up towards us, right? So I says to him, Mark, watch me wind Nigel up now. So I said, yeah, it was a good game last night. Mark, I said, fucking murder, Darling, when I stuck it through his fucking legs. And oh my God, you should have seen it bite, right? Because Nigel's a fucking right on there. You went, you fucking little twat. I'm shit bigger than you. He goes like that, right? Oh my God. And all the boys over there, because they knew it was coming. Yeah. We were laughing like fuck. Nigel's head was red as fuck like that. He had to storm off into this fucking office.
Disciplinary, did he?
There's another couple who went higher, was Keaveney.
Johnny Keaveney.
He'd be up there with a better season, Neil Phillips and that, but he obviously didn't have as long Swansea League. He was like snapped up by the fucking Swans. He's one of the few that have gone from lower league to the Swans. Another one as well, Mumbles. We won't have many Mumbles boys, but JaImie Elias had a couple of seasons and then went from here to the Swans and went and made a career in Ireland, played in the Europa League. I think it was
my second game as a 16-year-old in the senior league was against Mumbles at Underhill Park, and up front they had JaImie Elias and Alan Curtis.
Yeah. Alan Curtis.
And I was playing left back.
You know, like JaImie Elias went on and made a career in football in Ireland. Go back to them all. Always massive battles, wasn't it? I rate Sparky fucking really highly. This boy, loose cannon, don't get me wrong. Saints had him in the final, down Vetch. He walked down High Street, whereas Saints are like, alright, that tracksuit, so shirt and tie. Sparky's walked down in his fucking Stone Island fucking jumper, called in for 3 pints in the fucking Lower Lamb, and gone down and been the best player on the pitch, like, beat the fucking Saints 4-0.
We, the mall side they had, that first year came in,
Stevie Jones,
right?
monster.
Who was up front at that time? There was a boy called Avon.
Oh, fucking hell. Outstanding footballer.
Avon was fucking incredible, right? He was amazing. He was your size, right? And he didn't really looked much like a footballer, but he was a natural ability. He was amazing. Now he had an accident in work. There was some sort of bad accident he had, right? He actually told me about it, but like I said, I fucking had too many punches in the fucking head. But he had some sort of accident in work. It fucked him up. He never played again. But Avon was a fucking very special player. At that time, they had Marcus Evans, who was right back, who was fucking
great player.
Marcus,
best full back in Swansea.
Christian Evans' father.
That's it.
Yeah, he's Jack Evans' father, who plays for the Swans now, currently in the under-23s. Marcus Evans was a fucking fantastic footballer. You had Sparky and Sean Rees. You had, I don't think Stevie Jones was playing at that time, but obviously in years after
more like old-fashioned centre half.
Oh, man.
Fucking
Do you know when I used to play in centre half against him? I just literally, like, every ball I went in here, I'm like, oh, I've had it. But he'd run in and jump at him, and then smash. I remember one game just literally just fucking grabbing him and just like holding on.
Yeah.
And he just fucking, he was a fucking nightmare. They had another guy up front at that time. What a great footballer, he was a horrible cunt. His name was Phil Davis. He used to work at my office. You could not hold on to the ball too long when Phil Davis was around, because he was going to fuck you up, like, do you know what I mean? JaImie Doyle was in the centre of the park. JaImie Doyle tackled me. I went 50-50 with JaImie Doyle. He two-footed me in the chest. Right?
His boy
fucking
great
time,
now, didn't he?
Yeah, no, I think that's John.
Jordan
Doyle,
They had Gary Lloyd left back, who was another good footballer.
Looked like Cobra Kai. Looked like Johnny from fucking...
That's right, with the big blonde curly mop top. Yeah, fuck yeah. Go on, Pad.
Saints then, innit? When we look at fucking Saints, like, for me it was, like I say, I always say, I don't really like to say it because I'm fucking biased, but the Breens were fucking unbelievable for us, right? To score, like, to have like the old story of it, to have two brothers scoring 100 plus a season, it just makes the whole fucking... It just makes everything else easier, doesn't it? Takes stress off the back four. You know, when we were midfielder, and you know, we've got two cunts who are lightning. You've
always got an out ball.
Exactly.
And it would make a bad ball look good, innit? Jippo, being a centre midfielder, is probably fucking best player I played with. Simply because he wasn't a player who could take 6 players on and stick them in the top corner. But he was like a 9 out of 10 in everything. So he was 9 out of 10 getting his foot in. He was a great tackler. He was fucking probably a 10 in the air. His passing was 9. He had everything. You know
he had the ability. What Jippo had was the ability to dominate big games. Now, there's a lot of players who people talk about as good players that never showed up in the big games. Finals, semi-finals. Big league deciders, and they all go quiet. Jippo never missed them in the games. He was always strong in them games. Jippo's whole mantra at that time was, give me the best player in the other side and I'll show him he's not the best player on the pitch. That was his whole mantra.
He would thrive on it.
He would thrive on it. That was his whole game.
No, like I said earlier about that Graham Dutton thing. But I seen him, like Graham Dutton didn't pay any attention to that game, but to me it was the biggest game of the year. Jippo would treat that every fucking...
Jippo would go against Sparky, and Jippo's going to go, I'm going to fucking dominate Sparky, I'm going to dominate Ian Lynch, I'm going to dominate Wayne Jones and Stephen Fulford. That was his game. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he did it every time he went out there, but Jippo's widely...
That's the mentality of him though.
That's the mentality. Jippo was widely regarded as one of the fucking best footballers. I think there was a time where he was a bit just before he went to Britain Fair. He was the best footballer.
It's true that the Swansea League team used to play the Swans regular, and we used to beat them as well, didn't we?
I know. I've
seen
sorts of people. I've seen Morriston Town beating the Swans. Times like
well, West End beat them, didn't they? We talked about it when Mansa was on. I watched the game that West End beat them, but I got picked in that Swansea select side in 2005. Previous to that, I didn't even know it existed, because I think
it wasn't as big a deal as it was.
No, I think what it was like you say, it was 4 or 5 men picking it who picked all the people that they liked, and that was that. I didn't even know there was a fucking team. No. And then all of a sudden, I tell you how I got picked, and this is genuine. I was working with Speedy, right? Paul Thomas, North End Speedy,
Sandfield Speedy.
That's him.
Runs with Tadiga. We were working together, and Speedy says to me at work, Prids, you're in the next league side.
Speedy, great player as well, by the way. If you're talking North End, you're talking them Richard Gay.
Richard Gay, Rico.
Right.
Jim Cabaya, do you remember him?
Yes, looked like looked like James Earl Jones who plays Darth Vader.
He was like,
Yeah.
next at that time, in 96 when I played against him, he was literally the only black man in the league.
Yeah?
He was.
As mad as it sounds,
Yeah.
he fucking was.
He was
the only black man in the league. So it's like when you go on the pitch, you go, fucking hell, who's that guy? There's Jim
Oh, don't worry, it's Darth Vader before he has the accident.
Yeah.
And Speedy said to me, he played you in the next league side. And I was like, right, okay. I didn't even know there was a fucking league side. I was like, right, okay. So he says, right, the game is up. We played Neath. We actually played Skewin, they turned into Neath. It was Andy Hill, Andy Dyer. They had a good side at times. It was when they were first starting to get that side together that Lee David ended up being a coach in.
Skewin Athletic, I think they were.
And I goes up there. And it was a good side. Watto, Lee Aaron, I think Bessie was in it. Out of the Saints, I remember, it was me, because Jippo was with Britain Ferry at the time, otherwise even. It was me, Jamie Breen and Johnny Shrew. And that was it. And but you could see there, when I walked in the change room, there was 5 men. And I'm not going to slag either of these men, because I got no personal issue with them at all. But you could see it was the old boys club.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was that mantra. It was like, I walked in and I think Andrew Norman knew who I was, but I don't think anyone else knew who I was. And I'd been captain for Saints for fucking 3 seasons at that point, you know what I mean? And won trophies and stuff. So I was like, they were very tunnel vision, like in their thinking and stuff. And I think that's the way it was viewed.
Yeah.
It wasn't such a big deal, because it was like, well, you're not going to get picked because Jeff's going to pick the press boys and Andrew's going to pick the mall boys and whoever else was there.
Which is the problem. As I got more involved in the Swansea League side, obviously, I tried. I had, before we played I think Pembrokeshire, we beat Neath or something like that. I must have spoken to pretty much every manager so I spoke to Mitchell Powell, James Norman, spoke to Tim from Anisdawi, Lee from CRC, Tizzy from Kilvey. Just sort of like, well, who do you think? You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not saying that the little committee we've got to run it. Obviously, Jeff had the final say. I'm not going to say, but who do you're the guys that are watching not only your own team, but you're watching everybody else as well. Do you mean who do you think is the same? So obviously they're saying like, oh, Kyle Ashford, we didn't pick him originally, but everyone was saying, oh, Kyle's scoring goals for fun, Kyle's scoring goals for fun, and then Scott Jewell as well. Obviously we didn't pick Scott Jewell originally, but then Scott Jewell was in the West Wales squad, not the Swan. So is that, and obviously because of that, and obviously we had at the end of the day, nothing against the other leagues, but I obviously feel the Swansea League is the strongest league with the best players. And I don't mean that against the Commercial League, Neath League and Premiership. I think it's just pure numbers.
Yeah,
we have bigger numbers.
Bigger
we have
city,
more people in a smaller area than Neath Commercial thing. And that's not a dig in any of those teams. So obviously with Connie the manager, myself and Jeff as the assistants, the West Wales side, the last squad we played, where we played South Wales, was 2 Neath, 1 Comanche, and 13 Swansea. Because you know you're going to get people turn up, like, as in, like, we know the Swansea boys, they're all local boys, they all want to play, they're all keen, and they'll turn up. Why bring 5 boys from Pembrokeshire who no one knows, 3 boys from Comanche, 5 boys from Neath, oh yeah, my name's Jamie, oh my name's, and then you're playing together, you need that sort of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, if I could just finish off with Saints, because
I got a few as well.
Obviously Jamie and Colin, like Paddy mentioned, without a shadow of a doubt, Jippo in the centre of the park. Johnny Shrew was a great player. Paul McKennell obviously was a great player. Me and Jinxie, he was just my partner in crime. You know what I mean? When we were together, there was never a fucking problem, never an issue. I love Sean Coughlin as a goalkeeper. He was such a big influence on me as a youngster, because he talked so much. He made it easy for you. Sometimes you want him to shut the fuck up, because he don't, Pad.
He's probably the most important man in Saints fucking history. Like.
Yeah. He would talk and talk and talk and talk. When I was 16 and I came in, people looked after me because I was a kid. Like, they taught me how to play football at senior league level. Like you said earlier, when these 16-year-olds come in, they need guidance. Otherwise, you're going to get kicked on the fucking knees every week. I was very lucky that I had Paul Snapper Thomas, who was as small as me at that time, and coming to the end of his career, that taught me how to fucking tackle and taught me how to look after myself. Minna, Damien and Jason Bragg. They were so important at that time to show me how to play football in the senior league.
At that age,
Because
every one of them was tough, could play. Damien, Minna,
Snapper,
Bragg.
They looked after me. You know what I mean? I was a kid. If some fucker wanted to go and do me, then they may do me now, but then they were going to get done.
Yeah,
One of the
exactly,
four,
straight
if not
after,
all
yeah.
four, was going to do them. So it was as simple as that, and it taught me how to look after myself, because I watched Snapper so much, because you know what Snapper was.
Outstanding.
Snapper was built like a waif. There was nothing there of him. But he was so relaxed on a ball at the back, and if he had to, he would fuck you up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He would fuck you up. He didn't
I've
get a
seen him
fuck.
tackle that fucking famous tackle. The guy got cut from his throat to his belly button, wasn't it? Remember?
Yeah.
You know, that's how the fuck he done it. I don't know,
He
but
was-
the guy had a fucking rake going all the way up his chest.
he was-
Unbelievable.
he was-
Then I wouldn't lose a fucking header, would he?
Minimum lose header, and obviously, like I say, none of them ever. And I had Sean there. No, so Sean was in goals, and then those four around me as a kid, they were very influential on me coming up, and you know.
And one person who we forget about that side, who was fucking unbelievable for us. Yeah, no,
Ginga.
Alan Williams when he signed.
Alan Williams, yeah.
You know, Alan Williams come from fucking nowhere and just fucking talent, wasn't it?
He had
Fucking
amazing ability.
Ginga, the only person in Swansea League history to have played in the San Siro. Because as a kid, he was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's in a Welsh club now.
He turned up the fucking football, right, in a Tesco carrier bag with his tongs and shin pads. So he'd pull his sleeves right down.
Yeah.
He'd look not interested in the fucking slightest. But on the pitch, like, I think he educated fucking JaImie Breen, because he let JaImie Breen, who was 18, just fucking, he'd go number 9. Ginga would just drop into number 10. I know he'd have it off the fucking midfield as one of them players who's about 10 steps ahead of everyone else, like fucking just a natural footballer. Looked like he didn't even want to be on the pitch, like I said. Always morning he was fucking cold. In the warm-up he'd have a fag, you know, and then on the pitch end he was like fucking Yardy Lippman and like, you know, fighting the pockets, really underrated fucking, like I said, Snap was fucking unbelievable. Jinx you'd have to talk about simply because he's one of the best players I've ever seen. When we went up to see him against Llanelli, he played for Llanelli, against Barry. The boy is standing out at that level, like, then he come and signed for us. And like the time he could have on the ball at sweeper was fucking unbelievable, like fucking, I don't know, I've never seen anyone have time on the ball like Jinxie. And another underrated boy in the Saints was fucking James Goodwalder, who I've seen play in every single position. No one else in Swansea, unless he was Saints boy, would know he even exists. But he played in every fucking position. Go on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Matty Joseph was another one in that era. Davo. You know.
This is why I don't like to do these things. Because I guarantee, you know.
You're going to have shit.
Do you know what I just thought about out there? Who I always liked as a footballer?
Who?
Carl McLaren.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we said about Jippo being 10 out of 10 in the year. Jippo was only smaller than me. I'm 5'11", he's about 5'9.5" for the shove, right?
Yeah.
But he had the best timing for jumping in the header in the centre of the park. Because the best header I ever saw the ball was Davo Brain, right? Because if Davo came through, you got the fuck out the way, or you got fucked out of the way, right? It was just as simple as that. But in the centre of the park, Jippo had such good timing. He stayed up there above people and won headers. And Maka was one of the few, if not the only one, that I saw could deal with Jippo in the air consistently. And it made a massive difference, you know, when the game's played like that in the senior league, where you need them two boys.
Yeah.
You know, when Jippo dominated that side of things, like when we played with Schwen, when Maka played against him, Jippo couldn't dominate as much against Maka. I always rated Maka.
Yeah.
He was
Only,
busy as fuck.
like I said, we bound to left people out there. Bound to. It would be if I would be having a message.
sure
Like,
Oh, yeah, don't wait till
Jaffa Ash.
Yeah.
Jaffa Ash, great goal scorer, scored goals everywhere he went. West End, Ragged, Saints.
And then the last one I got is probably fucking hell. Got to be up there in the top fucking 5 that I've seen. Simply because up until last year, he was still doing it at Saints. And I think he could honestly still do a fucking job in Division 1 now. And that's Johnny Jones.
Oh, yeah.
He's a 40, mid-40s, right? Maybe even fucking older, right? And he was playing
He's
sweeper
got
for the
one
Saints.
of those African ages like Wilfred
Right.
Boney.
Yeah.
And he's playing at Saints, right? He's dropping the shoulder to fucking 18-year-olds, right? And they fucking end up in go shops, like. No, we've still got that to this day. No read, like, he ain't the quickest. Like,
Why
you
is
know,
he retired then?
he's still playing for North End.
Oh, he's playing for North End.
He dropped
that was
down,
it,
you know what I mean? Like a manager left and sort of he was saying he didn't really want to play reserve football. He wants to play as high a level as he can.
Yeah.
So he joined North End thinking, that's Division 4, like, we was gutted, mate. We was fucking spewing because he was that good, even mid-40s, outstanding footballer.
Him
I think that's
Ryan
been
Earl would
wise.
link up well next
Huh?
season.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Him and Ryan Earl might link up well next
Yeah.
season.
And then
I
obviously,
tries not to mention Ryan Earl's
Yeah.
name too much because fucking, Brian Cullen beyond him. So fucking cunt, I'll kill Brian. I'll fucking burn down his energy business if he fucking goes anywhere near Ryan Earl. He can fuck off.
and then top of the pops, obviously, it was me. You know what I mean?
Standard,
Yes,
yeah.
you know.
Right, you
I know Paddy's just waiting. Paddy's got it written down there somewhere.
You got
See
the-
that?
you got
Cream
the-
rises to the top.
You got
yeah.
the Pridmore gene, mate.
Yeah.
I ain't fucking all the Pridmores, right? All the Pridmores, every uncle, his old man, him.
No, hang on, I don't even give it to my old
Right?
man.
Every single one of them, I've got the big-headed Pridmore gene. They are the best at everything. He's fucking been waiting to say his name all fucking night. Don't you fucking worry about
Do you know what
that.
I've been waiting?
Don't you worry
I've been
about
waiting to say it for this. Because I know that he fucking hates it. So I knew he would never mention me.
Not a
So I
fucking chance.
know, I only got to fucking give him a little one.
Yeah.
And then he'll just set him off.
Yeah.
I just fucking
Some
set him
boys
off.
are having it before.
Do you know, he gave me, I swear on my life, and I don't even know if you'll remember this, but I remember like yesterday, he gave me one of the best compliments ever, right, that I ever had, because of that reason, because I know he fucking hates to say anything positive about me, right? Like,
I don't need nothing.
Jim,
He'll say plenty about
Are you going to
himself.
repeat this compliment? I don't know what it is.
Honest to God, I was thinking about today. I'm in work today. I thought I'm gonna fucking car Paddy with this data because I knew he was gonna fucking.
I must
fight
have
with
said
it.
it's 8 o'clock in the morning
No.
in Escape.
There was
The pills were strong.
no. You said it Saturday afternoon. There was, because I'm a twat, right? And the thing is, a lot of the time it's always tongue in cheek, right? Not always tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
but a lot of the time it's tongue in cheek. I used to love winding Paddy up because Paddy used to fucking hate it. I'd walk up, let's go, Paddy's gun the other day, mate. You pricking, fucking pricking, you fucking give me shit, right? So there was a time where I started the best right-footed left back in Swansea back then,
TM,
right?
trademark.
Yeah.
Right? So like, this is before Twitter, this is before Facebook, this is ending. I just do it to the boys and go, oh, boys. And I was, obviously, I'm right, I can play both feet. I don't want to talk about that, but I'm right-footed.
Didn't you
But I
like
play
frame your
left
missus'
back,
Facebook
right?
or something and saying
So
that
it's
the
all-
other day?
yeah.
Did I see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I was growing up, I said, I'm definitely the best right-footed left back in Swansea, right? And I used to say it as a novel, obviously. And it was just one of those things that sort of took off. So then it was like, people used to say, oh, there's the best, but it was all a joke, wasn't it? It was all like a joke amongst the boys. And at the time, genuinely, I was playing quite well as well. So he said to me, I said one day, Paddy, think of the best right-footed left back in Swansea, giving him the shit. The same way he won't give KL any fucking
No,
sort
fuck
of
no.
fucking...
The ghost played boy, he's having nothing.
He won't give nothing because me and KL are cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
And I remember this, and he said, do you know what? You probably are at this point, he said. Right?
Fucking hell.
Genuinely, it wasn't. It was in the fucking afternoon. It was over Penn school.
Yeah.
I was shocked because I was just waiting for him to
couldn't
call me a
believe it.
cunt. I was waiting for him to call me a cunt. And I was thinking about it today. Now, you talking about easy 15 fucking years
Yeah,
ago.
fuck
And it's
yeah.
the one time Paddy gave me any sort of fucking compliment whatsoever.
You
Because
couldn't
nobody's like
retire
that.
then, mate.
Yeah.
There was no
There
further
should've been
way
no
up
That's
one.
than
when
that.
he did knocking on the
Yeah.
head.
No, I did. I thought that's enough.
Yeah.
Let's call it a fucking day. I do know what I thought about today. Do you know, mate, how many seasons do you think I played in the senior league?
Not as many as we think.
People would think.
You gave up way too soon.
I couldn't
He was
believe
playing-
it. I couldn't believe it when I fucking
playing
when I put it
football.
down myself.
Playing first team football at 16, in all fairness to him.
That's another one. That's a keeper, that is.
Fucking hell. And recorded as well.
It could be 7, 8. I'd gutted if you give up 24.
It was. My first year was 96, 97.
Yeah.
I went to the
Magaluf.
Turks.
Yeah.
Went to Magaluf, went to the Turks. Bust my leg. Had the season out. Came back 99, 2000. Played in 2004, 2005. 6 seasons with the Saints.
Did I
Awful.
remember you
Well, I
saying
had-
31, were you, when you gave up?
I was 25.
Oh,
I was
that
25.
early, was
I
it?
was
Fucking
31,
hell.
yeah.
I was 25.
What a fucking
I was
waste.
25, hang on, this isn't, I did go back. I had 1 year with Rockies in 2007, 2008, and then I had 2009, 2010. But I wasn't a third of the player then. I had fucking a year with the Swans fucking on a rooty tooty palmer and getting buried.
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
I turned up a stone and a half heavier and shit like that. You can't do it the same. But yeah, I even myself, all jokes aside, I was thinking about fuck how many years did I play in the fucking senior league. I went, fuck it. It's like I played 8 years. You know, boys like Mance that come into the league at 16,
of course,
they probably play 22, 23 fucking years. You know what I mean? That's what people play at that level, is they play 20 fucking years.
Well,
Rico
must have played 40 fucking years.
John Reese from Albion, this is his 51st year registered as a player.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Nelly still registered to play? Not our Nelly.
Nelly from the Plough, he still puts
Nelly, I think he does.
Yeah,
Keith Nelson.
Yeah.
Tony Knack from Lando, he's still registered in the mid-60s. Keith Norwood, he's still registered. He plays in goals regularly.
No, Noddy was a handful, mind.
Good player.
Because when I was playing centre half, Noddy was their centre half, so he'd go, oh fuck, I'll mark Noddy. Oh, he'd give you a bastard. Every single time he'd mark you without fail, just give you a bastard. You know what I mean? You had to just accept
Go
it.
back to Saints either, like, biggest regret I always thought was we won. We was always us West End. Football goes through phases, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like at the minute, Penlan have had their dominant phase now, and that seems to be whether they fucking prove me wrong. I don't know, but whether that's coming to an end, no.
It goes in cycles.
It's no reflection.
It was ragged for a spell. And
West End are probably the most fucking dominant over the fucking however many years they've been going. But like you've had Penlan now, Saints had out time and all that. End of the time, Saints won the league. It was the year the West End fucked off to Welsh League.
And the same year I retired.
And it was the year he knocked on the head, right? But it was like one of them where the year before we had a better side, but finished second.
Yeah.
The year after, we won the fucking lot, like West Wales Cup League. Because West End won in it, don't get me wrong, don't tell the 15 that was in the squad to bite my fucking nose off. But
do you know I wasn't in that side that won everything, and I may actually have to disagree with Paddy. I was in the side that came second, so this is.
Do you think so? Yeah.
Right. So I tell you why, because I wasn't a centre half, and I was playing centre half, and the year after they had Dean Walsh.
Yeah, outstanding. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It would have been better if I could have played with Dean Walsh, and he'd have been the proper centre half, and I'd have played as a sweeper. That would have been better. Plus, Alex McKinney is a good footballer, and Alex McKinney came in and signed.
James Norman, good footballer.
James Norman, dog of war, like the Paddy always like to say. James
played for the Saints.
James
won a lot. James won a lot and fucked off back them all. He is a more boy.
James was another one. When we used to play them all, and he came up, like he was younger than me. He's like 4 or 5 years younger than me, and he came up and I thought, who's this cunt?
Yeah.
And he was
similar
full of
what
it.
he is now.
Yeah,
But,
he's full of
choppy
it.
as fuck.
What a
Now
cunt.
I loved having battles with him.
Yeah.
I'm a lot older than James, but he'd come through to the mall and play in the middle of the park. And fuck, we had some good battles. Like he was better than me. Obviously, this was him as a kid. Like he went on to bigger and better things. Like, but again, he was saying.
He was.
The side.
And like I say, we are me and him are mates now. Do you know what I mean? I like James fucking massively. But at that time when he first came in, oh fuck me. He was a fucking nightmare, wasn't he? But then he came in and played for the Saints. He won loads.
Won everything.
He won loads. So great fucking bloke, you know.
Swansea League special.
Well, fuck. This is another thing I want to ask you, because it was mentioned to me a while back about, well, I'm sure you remember it, about doing a Swansea Senior League podcast. Has that crossed your mind anymore?
Yeah. Like I said, it's an option. I've discussed it with Mitchell Powell a bit. Obviously, he seems quite into these sorts of things, so I've had a discussion with him. But obviously, the problem is with finding people neutral with things.
Yeah,
I mean, like
of course,
I said, it's really heavily weighted towards someone, but I'm willing to do it. Like I said, Matt, we got enough people on the committee now, which, you got like the Mansells on the committee, Kevin Crabb on the committee, those sorts of people would be game for it. I'd be game for giving it a go, like.
I think, go on.
There's no way you'd think, some people might think, oh, why would we want another one to like go against you? Like,
it's not
but I
against
totally don't take that opinion. To me, it's another thing I can have in my ears when I'm walking around. Like,
exactly.
So we'll have the fucking Lillian dies, and if they did that, you'd have that. You know what I mean? It should just be another thing to listen to.
I'm all for it. I said it a long time ago. Like, fuck me, it would bring me a massive amount of pride if someone like yourself sort of we had maybe inspired someone else to do
exactly.
something.
Yes, I definitely,
you know?
I definitely thought about it. You know, like I remember when Mansell came on here, and obviously I saw a lot of the comments you were retweeting, and everyone's like, "Oh, loving the Swansea Senior League."
People
talk,
don't generally seem to
Yeah.
like it.
People
But
do
they-
like
yeah,
the
at
Swansea
least-
Senior, you know, like people like you know the Swans and the boxing and everything else you talk about. But the Swansea Senior League is all about them. They're thinking, "Oh fuck, my name actually might be mentioned."
But-
You know what I mean? It might lead me on to this. Do you know what I
When
mean?
you get a name mention, like, I'm going to make a concerted effort, right, next year. This is my promise, is that I'm going to make a concerted effort to go to more Swansea Senior League games next year.
Yeah.
I got lazy because I can watch every single Swans game home and away.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to be there. Don't tell anyone. But now I can't. So I got
Don't they have 3 o'clock kick-offs in the championship?
championship now.
Honest to God, they must do.
They don't.
What?
So it's not
It's not a thing,
international viewership. No, this Premier League or fuck all, right? We get the odd one in
Yeah,
2 years now. So what am I going to do on a Saturday afternoon? I got 2 boys who love football, so I'm going to go to Swans home. I'm going to go to Swans away, or I'm going to go to Senior League, and that's my fucking promise. Is that next season I'm going to have a look at the fixtures. I'll be mostly at Saints and I'll be mostly at Roxburgh, I would imagine.
Thing is, you've got
And
what
then-
man isn't it with? You can't go wrong. You've got
No.
Saints, Roxburgh, Penland, Kilbane.
Right.
I mean, you've got cracking
Yes.
games. Like
My mate Adam Jelf,
And this, I've been speaking to
and
Jeff.
Paul
He said,
McKennell, and James Dennis, all they boys go, right? And Anthony Dennis now, Anthony Dennis's boy now is 14, 15. He's fucking 6'2", right? He drinks more
he's
than
one
me.
of the boys.
Yeah.
He's coming to the Isle of Wight with me, right? Wally Portman, I always
Just
took his-
them two.
Yeah, yeah.
Cute.
Wally Portman was probably one in who circle, probably one of my best friends. Like when I was fucking mid-20s and he was in the 60s, and he always sort of said, "Well, the ones coming through are the future, like, innit? So just because someone's a bit younger than him, don't look down at them
No,
or treat them differently. Like I treat all them kids." I always fucking has a little high five with them and a fucking little chat with them, because in 10 years time there's a fair chance I'm going to be going to Benidorm with them.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? They're going to be going to the bar, possibly even scoring for me. Don't tell Ryan, certainly don't tell Tina. But like in 10 years these boys are going to be 18. I'm going to be having a baby with them.
Yeah.
So when they come through as kids, like,
If you think you were going to Bendo with my kids, and I'm not fucking going. Hang on.
no, innit? They're
Yeah.
the future. Like,
Oh, exactly.
So, you know, see his boys in the Saints kit on the Celtic kit on the side. Like Woody and fucking James Dennis's boy, fucking William, the most un-William named fucking child ever. Little Nazi, we called him. He is like an alien youth, no blonde hair.
Yeah.
Fucking exactly like his old man, horrible fucker, little fucking Hitler. And that's what his fucking part of Swansea
That's the
League is about.
education you want as a
That's
kid.
part of
Go along
Swansea
to the
League is
Swansea
about,
Senior
isn't it?
League, yeah.
You know
That's what I did when I was a kid. I used to go everywhere with my old man.
Yeah.
So if he wasn't at the veg watching the Swans, we'd be standing at Cumbulla Park. I'd be watching Roxburgh seconds against
Richie
fucking
Beer.
Bryn Howell. No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch Richie Beer. He was in the first.
Oh, right,
Well, I
okay.
would watch Richie Beer, but I'd
Yeah.
watch him after I was with my old man at Cumbulla Park, standing there. There's fucking 7 people there and some guy walking his dog, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I'm just running around kicking a football around. You know, women, that's what I mean, but earlier on, but women putting the fucking blockers on things. Like, that's the only thing that would stop me taking my kids going to watch Swansea League. Is they're going, well, what am I going to do on a Saturday afternoon?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just, I don't know, go boil your head or something, like, do something
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
constructive.
My missus give me shit
know what I mean?
already.
And, you know, I'm definitely going to make them up. If I see Penland West End as a game, I'm going.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
nice.
care who the Saints have got, I don't care who the fucking Roxburgh have got, I'm going to Penland and West End. I'm going to pick those games, the big games that mean something. If I'm looking at the league and Anastawi are there, let's say for argument's sake, and it's Anastawi West End second and first, and it's at Anastawi Park, I'm going to go.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going to take the kids.
That's a good shot, mate.
That's what I'm going to do next year, because, and then I'm going to try and go to, look, we got relegated, right? We fucking totally deserved it. Totally deserved
Yeah,
it.
easy.
Do you know, like, I wasn't even fucking disappointed. It was like putting down like a sick dog or some
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? I was just glad it was fucking over.
Yeah.
Don't know, 7 years yesterday, the Pratley goal against
I know,
Forest.
it came up on the fucking,
Yeah,
it came up on Twitter, I'm looking
I'm
at
just
it and going,
thinking,
oh,
fuck
please
me.
fucking shoot me now. I goes on my Facebook memories, which fucked me over last week, and this week it's me putting up, I organise a bus to go to the Reading playoffs, and it's me on Facebook going, right, we've got some spaces left for the bus for the Wembley trip, and I'm going, do you remember that day? How amazing that day was? and it just seems like forever ago, like, you know, that he done it.
I'm just sick. I'm a Swansea season myself down the East Stand, and it's just, I was just sick of going there and just feeling the anxiety of just like, you're just not in the game. It's just shit. It's just shit. Do you know what I mean?
Just utter shit. And I hope now that, you know, if a positive comes from relegation, is that we fuck off all these wankers that are not worth being in the fucking team. You know what I mean? Norton puts in a transfer request. Oh, please, I'll drive him wherever he wants to go. You know what I mean? I won't even put on TAF 2. Just be TAF 1.
Yeah.
Right?
Fucking hell. Fuck.
Look, and we better look after him like that.
First time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Look, if Lucas Fabianski wants to leave, there should be no fucking vitriol at all thrown his way. He deserves fucking better, right? The guy deserves better. He broke his fucking heart last weekend. You see him in the game. He deserves fucking better. Mawson is a saleable asset. He's a more saleable asset, even more than Fabianski, because of the ages and shit and the positions and whatever. If he's going to go, he's going to go. Good luck to him. The rest of them, I was looking at it the other day, and genuinely, I don't know if I'd keep fucking any of them, right? Fabianski's going to go.
Yeah.
Player of the year, fucking our best player, no problem at all.
He's only 31 as well. He's still got some years left.
He's still got some years left. He deserves to be at a fucking decent club. Boney, Owen Tudor Jones said to us last week that inside everyone knows he's finished.
Yeah. He's on about 120 a week. You can't keep our wage on.
There's going to be like some random Turkish side that just got some like Saudi millions or something. Yeah. They're going to sign him. Key, I don't even have to talk about him. He's already fucking gone. He's not good enough. Couldn't control the tempo of the game from centre midfield. Just not good enough. Van der Horn, he was one of the bright spots of the fucking season.
Well, I was surprised when they played Conor Roberts right back and played Norton in the centre. What they were doing is playing Norton on the right and then Van der Horn in the middle. That's what I thought they'd carry on doing. Yeah.
I think Van der Horn will be an asset in the championship. Yeah. He's big, he's physical. You're not going to get...
And he pops up for a goal as well.
And you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. He's not Franco Baresi.
No.
But I think he knows he's not Franco Baresi, which is a lot of the problem with these centre-halves these days.
We don't need Franco Baresi.
We don't need Franco Baresi, thanks. We'll just have Frank Baresi.
Old school.
He works in Roma chip shop.
Exactly,
And he heads the ball out of fucking defence. Mawson's going to go. Leon Britton was never given enough time on the pitch, but I think that there's rumour that he was carrying injury for a lot of the season.
A rumour is that he was going to Llanelli next year.
Yeah, no, that's the rumour I started.
We started. I told people that. In fact, it's
if we said it, it's fucking gospel.
It's fact.
Leroy Fer, I think
could be good at that level.
I genuinely, I remember him getting injured in the Wolves game, and I think we missed. He's hit and miss, but when he's hit, he can really influence the game.
Yeah.
And if he comes back, but no, you do a knee ligament, so you've always got to be thing with a knee ligament, so it depends how he comes back. Tammy Abraham's not coming back, is he?
Nah, no chance.
You know what I mean? He's gone.
I mean, you got to look at Tammy Abraham. I mean, for Chelsea, it's like what they do with him. Like, do you mean it's like
what they hoped is I don't think they ever thought he's going to play on their side unless he scored 50 this season.
Yeah.
What they hoped was he knocked 18 in, and then they sell him. You know what I mean?
Because he was in the England squad in November.
Well, the crazy thing is, Loftus-Cheek is in the England squad, and he's on loan. And there's two Chelsea boys who are in the mix, and they who play for Chelsea, and they nowhere near it.
I'm looking at it right. So far, I'll keep Van der Horn. Narsing, no, thank you. Fuck off. Dyer, Jesus Christ. The fact that he's still in the fucking squad tells you everything you need to know about our squad.
He should be.
Did you see the Celtic thing with Tom Carroll?
Yeah.
Amazing. The fact I don't know who wrote the fucking article, right? But I think he'd been definitely having an acid flashback, right?
Yeah. He certainly hasn't seen Tom Carroll.
He's definitely not seen Tom Carroll play. They call him Pass Master.
Yeah.
Pass Master.
Well, sideways Pass Master. Tom Carroll is a little boy playing a man's game. He's got no physicality. He got no real fucking ability. I give him a chance. He's not going to cut the mustard in the championship. No way. No fucking.
You knew it was over. You knew it was over when it was 83 gone, 1-0 down Slam.
And they bring Tom Carroll on. People should have just left then. We should have just left en masse. Wayne Routledge, he's been nicking fucking wages for years. Nicking wages.
Isn't there a clause that he has to be like equal to the highest paid player.
That's a
That's
Jack.
the
No,
rumour,
we
innit?
didn't start that one. No,
Oh.
no.
That's the rumour. Like.
Yeah.
We'll just validate. We'll say
Yeah,
yes, it's
yeah,
true.
fucking
You know what I mean?
sounds better.
Martin Olsen, I heard that he wants to leave. He can fuck off as well.
He started well, but
He
he's been
started
shit for
well.
the last
He's
season.
fucking garbage. Another show pony. What I was told was the lead up to that Southampton game, he had a tattoo done, right? That he needed to have done before the World Cup, right?
Right.
And then he was like a minge in training on the lead up because obviously he was in pain with his tattoo.
Why do you need a tattoo for the World Cup?
Well, you fucking tell me, because these boys are more interested in putting their fucking tattoos on
Yeah.
Instagram. I'm at the World Cup, look at my tat.
Unbelievable.
Right, I see.
Was
Yeah.
he
He's a show
Swedish?
pony
Swedish,
cunt
is he?
is what we get
Huh?
at.
Is he Swedish?
Yeah, he's a show
Yeah.
pony, he's a show pony. Clucas needs to get on a growth. We can arrange it for him. Otherwise, he needs to fuck off because he'd be
Because he had a
garbage.
spell when
He got
Carvin
pretty
good, yeah.
started
Yeah.
coming
That
into his
gave
own,
me
didn't
chance
he?
on us,
Yeah.
But, you know, they start calling him a Ginger Messi and that. The only Ginger Messi I recognise is Sean McDonald.
And John
I
Roberts.
saw him
from
driving. I
Team
saw him
Swansea.
driving on Blind Mice in his Merc the other day.
Yeah.
Jordan Ayew, I would keep. He was one of the positives. But he needs someone to play alongside him as a centre forward. He's not a centre forward.
No.
He's not even really a number 10.
He does the channels, doesn't he?
He just
Yeah,
plays
yeah.
off. You know, Norton, good fucking riddance.
Best to say about
I'm
it,
surprised.
yeah.
Would anyone sign him? Seriously?
No.
Would you have him at the Saints?
What, Ed and Ellie? Fuck that.
No.
I think
You know,
with Paddy,
what the fuck?
if he was up there and Saints only had 10 men and Kyle Norton come and said, oh, I got my boots in the car, Paddy would be like, no, I got
you
12.
Unless you come
I
carrying a
got
bag
12
of pasties.
pounds. Yeah.
Unless you come carrying
Yeah.
a bag of pasties.
Or
you
10
ain't going-
pills.
Yeah.
You ain't going nowhere near us. Like.
Bartley's dog shit. Fernandez had a tough year. He's not a captain, and they made him captain.
Is he another one that's handed in a transfer request?
Well, the thing is that he's apparently on big money, like one of the second or third big earners down here.
Is he going to Argentina's
They may not be able to keep
World
him.
Cup squad?
I
is he?
fucking
I don't
doubt
know.
it.
He was in the last one, wasn't
Was
he?
he?
Yeah, yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
well,
in the last one.
maybe. Renato Sanchez, waste of fucking time. Mesa, fuck knows what's going on with him.
Fucking playing in Sevilla, you're going to want to
Yeah.
stay there, aren't you?
Yeah. McBurney found his level in the end when
Let's
they give
hope
him
he
the
don't go.
opportunity.
He's the fucking one shining light.
Well, they're quoting in Rangers for him for 4 million. You may as well keep him for the sake of
Yeah,
4 million,
Yeah,
isn't
but that's not the mentality, see, of what,
No.
what we're dealing with
No,
here in
unbelievable.
the fucking... Connor Roberts was a bright spot, a right back towards the end of the year. You know, and going on to managers, Clement was just too negative from a fucking start. Carlos fucking blew it. Do you see that stat that I retweeted today?
Oh, crazy, man.
First 9 games, last 9 games. And, you know, the board themselves were fucking hopeless. And I'm glad now, nobody going into this period. The only reason I'm getting all this out the fucking way now, because I need to clear my chest, is we got a number of weeks now where we don't really have to fucking talk about the Swans.
No.
Yeah.
You know?
Are we going into World Cup massive
We
tent?
got- Say now, we will, because we got
Yeah,
Swans
but you
people
don't
coming
mind
up.
speaking
But
about the World Cup when you're not speaking about, you're not saying in a negative way. You're
Yeah, of
speaking
course,
about
yeah.
tidy football.
Do
It
you
don't
know,
mean
it's-
anything to you, do you?
It's been like me and Paddy are positive people, like, you know,
Yeah.
we try to be positive anyway. And we started a podcast, and I think on the fucking first or second podcast, you said, oh, I don't want to come here every week and talk about how shit the Swans are.
Yeah.
And neither of us want to do that. You
No.
know, we want to have a laugh and we want to have a fucking joke, and, you know, we don't want to get anyone down. And it's been one of those scenes where we had no fucking choice.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was like they didn't do anything. They had that little spell where we were like, yeah, we're safe now. We're 13th.
Yeah.
And then I fucked it all up again.
To me, it was when they went to West Brom away and they were chuffed with a point.
Yeah.
And West Brom were right down at the time. Remember first
Yeah,
time
yeah.
West Brom,
Yeah.
and they were chuffed. That was a good point. They equalised in the 76th minute. Oh, it's not. You know
No,
what I mean?
it's bollocks. It's fucking bollocks. And it's been a sad season. And I say I should be heartbroken that we got relegated, but I'm not. I'm just like, thank fuck for that. Thank fuck that's over. But what we need now, between now and... I didn't know what they said about Carvajal on the Kingsway today.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I saw him, my fucking self.
No way.
Yeah, honest to God, I was coming down the Kingsway with a fair. And you know the Kingsway, like, it's like fucking
Yeah.
death trap now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He was in a completely the wrong place. There was a bus right behind him like this.
Where did he beat the fucking Ambry?
I don't know. Yeah, but basically that's where you come from, right?
Yeah.
It's like as if you come out the Ambry and walked into the bus lane that's
Yeah.
there now, and then gone, oh fuck, there's a bus coming, and got to the end of the bus lane, and I was coming down the Kingsway. He was pulling his little
Louis Vuitton bag, like.
suitcase behind him with another fella. And within fucking 20 minutes, it was on Twitter like
Yeah.
Carlos Carvajal spotted with his bags on the Kingsway. I was like,
Because they only give him a 6 month, didn't it? Did
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
would you keep him or not?
No.
No?
He had his chance and he fucked it up. So, you know, I mean, he's going to go. I don't know who they're going to fucking get in. Hopefully, Brian Cullen, I think, or someone like that.
Right, you pull the players in, innit? Will Coleman,
Touches
will
right
Coleman,
in, I'll still kill a cunt.
will Coleman come down yet?
I don't think he's not great club manager.
No.
in my opinion.
No. I think I don't think that will go down well with the fans, and I think he's smart enough to know that won't go down well with the fans.
I think this Addy Porter from Sweden's coming along.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Well, mate, Tudor, he called it last
Tudor
week. Tudor called it, so maybe that's what we're going to talk about. Quickly, I know we want to go because he wants to speak with fucking Babinos. Lomachenko, Linares.
Oh, what a scrap!
You're the boxing
So I
fan.
love
Yeah.
boxing,
Great
mate.
scrap.
Lomachenko was
my
fucking best out of the
word.
show. Simple as
But
that.
it had everything, didn't it?
It had
It was
everything.
one of them where fucking Loma went down and you thinking, oh my god, if he's fucking rock there, but as it happens, showed the quality, he just took his eight.
quality.
And then, fucking
Lawrence was huge as well.
We are in an age, right, as boxing fans, where we are watching greats,
Yeah.
right? We are watching greats. People of a generation will say, I saw Sugar Ray Leonard, I saw Marvin Hagler, Hearns.
Yeah.
We just about caught Tyson when he was
Yeah, of
coming
course.
through.
Oh, yeah.
Lennox Lewis, I watched it when I was growing up and this and that. We are watching greatness in Lomachenko. We are
best of a
watching.
generation.
We are
Stupid.
watching one of the greatest, if not the greatest fighter of all time fighting. He's going in, and I know the fight was nip and tuck for in a lot of
Yeah,
ways,
of course.
but he was dominating most of it, right? You know, that body shot. No one you don't. It's so good. You don't see it first time round. You go, what the
When
fuck?
I
How the
first
fuck's he
watched
gone
it,
over?
I thought, how have he gone over with a dig right down to the head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, that didn't seem like a massive punch.
No.
But then it showed to the replay, and on the third time I went, oh, you hit him with a fucking drop in the body shot.
Hit him with
But
that
I
other
didn't even
shot.
Can't comprehend the pain of that.
I didn't even see that. Like all I saw was I thought he went down from the.
He seemed to be wheeling that way anyway. Didn't
I
he?
thought he went down because there was just so many punches coming on him, and I thought it was literally he just got broke. He wore him down so much, and I thought that shot to the head was just the last of about 13 punches.
no.
Yeah.
But it won. It was the.
It was.
Is he going to go up further? Lomachenko?
Well, they're talking about now, because there was a video going back a while where and Mikey Garcia came in after he fought. I don't know who he fought, but Lomachenko fought someone. He came in to the changing room and he was like all respectful and said, we fight in the future. And Lomachenko went, fuck, no problems. Like, he's speaking Ukrainian. Mikey Garcia can speak English, even though he's Mexican American. And so that looks like the next, but that is a massive.
That's a massive step. But
Is
is he the type to take it? I think.
He is. It
He
looks
just
that
don't
way.
give a fuck, does he? You know,
Massive
he's
shot
just-
like the Bushby living the fucking dream in
Dreaming
New York.
out there again.
Going to Madison Square Garden to see that.
To see
Yeah,
that.
that's
Two of the best
that's
pound-for-pound fighters
Yeah.
in the world in a world-class fight.
In Madison Square fucking Garden in New York
A
City.
Is there any
legitimate
more coming up?
world-class fight. What is in world-class
in
fights?
Vegas, yeah. I'm out in Vegas next.
Really?
Week after next, yeah.
Well, I can't, off the top of my head, I'm not sure. This Saturday
Good one.
This is a big one for me
Yeah.
because I can't stand Josh Warrington and he's fighting Lee Selby.
You've seen all the build-up to
Oh,
that.
my
The Leeds
God, did you
fans
see it today?
chanting and
Did
all
you
Well,
that
my
shit.
only worry.
Oh.
My only worry is Steve Robinson going in a short notice, upset in the apple cart. Ricky Hatton Costas, who he gets built. Costas was probably better than him at the time, but the emotion of the fucking
No way.
Manchester
No
arena.
way.
Please don't tell me that could actually happen.
No.
I don't.
But I've
think
seen
so.
Selby not be very good as well,
Yes,
Mike.
yes, but
Right.
I can't see that happening now. Too much have happened, right? To tell a story, Warrington should have fought Selby 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But Warrington had been fucking jibbing it. He jibbed it. He said, "Oh, I can't fight Selby because I'm getting married," and then fought someone else instead. You
Was
know
it
what I mean?
did want to fight Kiko Martinez?
He fought Kiko
And
Martinez.
struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? He's gone round the fucking houses to get to Selby, and in the end, he's had to fight Selby anyway.
Promoters love him because he sells a ticket.
Says he sells tickets. You've got all these Leeds cunts
Yeah.
going there.
Oh,
They're going to
fucking
turn him.
wankers, man.
Do you know what pisses me off? And this is why Warrington is in the mire,
Yeah.
he already knows he can't win, is because all he talks about is how much pressure the fans are going to put on Selby. He's going, oh, the fans, he's not going to know what's going to happen. All these Leeds people get behind me. He's not going. He's not going. If he was that confident, he'd go, fuck the fans, I'll fucking beat Selby in his back garden account. He's not talking none of that.
No.
Now, Selby knows all that. Selby knows that Warrington doesn't fancy that he can beat Selby. Warrington, you know for a fact Warrington can't stop him.
No,
he couldn't hit the froth off a fucking cappuccino.
He hasn't got
right?
it, is he?
So he can put it on you.
Yeah.
And that's how he wins, by being a strong 12-round fighter that can put pressure on you. That's just playing in a Selby's hands.
Yeah, of course it is.
Selby's a bigger man. He's going to walk in, and I'm hoping that Selby puts on a career best performance and just lights him up like a Christmas tree.
Just shuts him up.
And just shuts him up and shuts all the fans up. That shit that I had to fucking watch this morning where...
They all call him Sheep Shagger and all that.
Do you see that, right? They're in the fucking... Them open workouts are in some sort of... It's like the quadrant of Leeds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Selby's there doing open workout for the fans, and you've got a gang of fucking these Leeds cunts, and they shout at you, shit, Dan, you know you are. This ain't football, motherfucker. This is fucking boxing. Like, chill the fuck out and have a little bit of fucking respect for the quarter. If you want to put it on a night, fair enough. I guarantee you, Frank Warren's to fucking blame because Warrington is Frank Warren's fucking bloke. And Frank Warren has been pumping it about the fans, about the fans this, the fans that, because obviously he wants Warren to win.
Yeah.
I bet you there's aggro there.
I didn't even know the following Selby got, but...
Selby haven't got a big following.
No,
I'm not saying that they'll have aggro with Selby's following, but there'll be aggro there because it's been pumped
because
so
he's going
much.
to lose, like.
And because I'm hoping that Selby will just fucking smash him the fucking bits. I'm looking forward to that fucking Saturday night anyway.
Who you got?
Yeah.
Well, you won't fucking see it.
Wow, fuck, who knows? I'll be in the Morris anyway.
Paddy, there's a ticket behind reception if you fancy a trip over the Liberty at any time. Might be pissed in the Morris and think, fuck it, I'm going to go over and cash for the West End and pay that.
I'll be straight up with you. I ain't going over the Liberty Saturday.
Fair play to Jim. I said, I didn't even know. I just was like, you pay on a fucking gate. Like, I go to school, like, go in the Harry Griffiths bar for the pint and then pay 50 pence to get in. And then I realised then you had to buy tickets from a club. So I said, oh, Jim, do us a favour, since you coming over, bring me some tickets because I'm going to take the kids.
Oh, happy day. Be a good day, mate. Be a good day.
Oh, Jamie's put me up with Hugh Jenkins in the director's box.
Director's box with the committee. He gets
to
rub shoulders with celebrities like Richard Mansell.
Mansell's only a celebrity because he's fucking been on us.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
If we have done the Swansea League fucking special, we're going to have to say congratulations to West End through teeth.
You just said earlier you don't like all that congratulations shit.
Yeah, no, on Twitter now. We're going to have to do big up to Carl and Chili and all the Portana boys for going fucking...
Yeah. It looked amazing when I saw the photos of them holding that fucking shield. Fuck, where they got that?
They took a bus down South Gower the day they were going to be in
they
had a fucking great old piss up.
They didn't leave South Gower till 10. They got a cracking booze in the Mile Woods. You got the Mile.
They got a good club there now?
Yeah, fuck yeah. They got big social set up. They fucking just won the fucking...
Chili's there, drunk as fuck every weekend.
Yeah.
They fucking love arguing. So
they got it like...
arguing like fuck.
Fair play to them. They up in fucking Division 1. Carl's fucking done a lot of work over the last few years, like no offense.
How about Carlo?
Tuesday, one of the fucking pound for pound greats is up the fucking treetops. Unbelievable. Fucking Roy Jones Jr. Fucking tickets still going. His treetops is massive and like should be. I know Chris, if he wants to get tickets, contact Chris Ware. Yeah, I've said he'll do deals if you've got like tables of 10, he'll have fucking money off. But make the most of having a fucking pound for pound great in the fucking treetops.
I remember Roy Jones,
unbelievable. Imagine the stories he's going to have. It'll be amazing. Next Saturday, 100% old school. Greg Pickens night. I'm fucking buzzing. Championship playoff final. Champions League final, and then off my nut then in 100% old school's going to be fucking brilliant.
And then Bangoli Sunday.
Yeah, so we've got the date with Kalash, but he had me painting a fence or something.
We got the on the Friday night.
That's probably only be good for anyways.
On the Friday night before that, we got the Open Cup final as well.
Oh, is it really?
West End against Sandfield.
I've
been Landarcy. You know the grass pitch they got there. They got a cracking pavilion bar.
I've been up there to watch Swansea.
So look over the pitch and stuff. So Sandfield's just been promoted promoted as well from Division 3, so big up to them.
Yeah.
But them against West End, it's going to be a cracker.
Yeah,
They got some
yeah.
tidy boys, Buckers and Mike Leams and them lot against West End, so it's going to be a good game.
Yeah,
Really
fuck
good
have you
game.
got on?
Well,
Yeah.
2nd of June then, unlicensed boxing, first ever unlicensed boxing show in Swansea, in YMCA.
right.
The only thing I can explain it, I think it's going to be like, the end fight in Snatch. It's going to be like that. It's going to be fucking, it's going to be a good night, like
Yeah.
proper boys' night out. Like, and then 7th of July, big one. It's matchmaking is coming on lovely, innit? Budo Wales.
See how
I love the
Paddy's MC and all these. That's what you get. Isn't it?
I know. I love the Budo. First show I went to was back last year around November time. I fucking loved it.
It's
Go
good,
over
it's
and,
good,
like,
it's good.
superb.
I'm looking at some of the fights, they fucking building up like you will have to have Dino back in and Chris in for the unlicensed one, I think. But
Fuck, we run out of fucking time.
Yeah.
We run out of fucking dates.
and that's it.
And that's it. Next week, Super John Williams and Michael Howard. Oh
Nice.
my word.
Nice.
Oh my word. Denny's, we come in calling. Jane, say goodbye.
Yeah, cheers guys, catch you later.
Top man, see you later.
Ambition is critical.